Welcome to the GRG podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also, remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
Welcome to the GRG podcast.
Nobody's on camera today?
Oh yeah, I'm on camera. Let me turn my camera on, sucker. Ladies and gentlemen, we live. We are live, and you know what? I forgot to turn the camera on. K-Mega got to be shown, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, terrible.
Oh, let's go, baby. Go. You know what's happening right here. Oh, man.
All I did was sit down for like 15 minutes and my hair's all fucked up again.
Yeah, bro, man, that hair is a mush woolly. You know what I'm saying? It's got a mind of its own.
It does, man.
Man, yeah, thank you. Man. Comb that thing, man.
Spirit.
Comb that thing, man. You on camera right now. You are live. People can see
I don't care.
People can see that thing. People can see it.
Look at me.
People can see that mush woolly. People can see it. They can smell
Willy.
it.
I'll let everybody know. Look at me. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my goodness, this man here, we burning the midnight oil, man. This man had me on a podcast, and he said, "Man, Mega, you want to come on to do a podcast with us?" I said, "Of course." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, man. I'm finna do my thoughts video. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be on and popping. So when after y'all done, it's gonna be all good." And man, 5 hours later,
5 hours. Stop.
4 hours later, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're burning the midnight. Yeah, it was close enough. It was like what, 3:36? So yeah,
it was getting close to 4 hours.
Yeah, man,
I had to go take my wife her the spare key to the car. She had to wait until I was done with my show, and she had to go. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's time to get to work.
Your key.
Get your key. So, and we're gonna keep you late tonight because this is the last GRG of 2023. So you ready?
We're already live. I can't be no more ready.
Man, well, get your cot ready. Cause you know what I'm saying? When we thinking we on the last topic, I'm like, man, I got 5 more. No, I won't. I ain't gonna have no 5 more. I got this, maybe have an extra one, and that's it. Anyway, let's get P shared this out because I didn't share anything out. I didn't do anything. I was lazy as hell today. But I really wasn't. I had my homeboy come through, and then I wanted to show him some stuff with Tekken 8, and he wanted to play some Madden, and I was like, "Oh, well, let's go!" And so, man, he beat me in Madden. I'm so disappointed. Oh man, he beat me in Madden. He was happy as a lark. So I got to have revenge. I got to get revenge. But let's go ahead and move on, man. Let's go ahead and talk to the man with the Brazilian flag in the back. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, Bunty's gonna be upset with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you claim Jamaican, but you over there, you know, your skin's getting lighter.
God.
You're turning more Brazilian by the week, man. Viper, I'm gonna start calling you Underlay Viper. What's happening with you, bro?
You are
What's going on in Brazil, man?
What is Mama in Brazilian? What is that? What is that? How you say?
Wagwan in Brazilian, man.
In Brazilian.
You know what? I swear, I need Bunty on here to come get you guys, because I swear. Oh God, no, I'm just relaxing a little bit.
Damn, Don in the chat being messy already. Said stop making fun of Ham's perm. Oh man, go ahead.
But no, I'm just clinicals are over. Thank God. Not wiping nobody else's anymore. And just waiting for the state test. And then after the state test, then I hate you. After the state test, then I'll go to nursing school, get the classes done, and then that'll be that. It's gonna be a long track. Long track. And then I won't have to be on the floor picking people up and break my damn back. I'm going to be doing nursing informatics where I'm just sitting behind a damn computer, and then I'll do nursing from there.
This man said, he said he will no longer be the wiper. He going to be the one in the diaper. Let's go.
Excuse me.
Because he ain't going to get up. He is not going to get up to take a break. That man going to be up there.
Had to retire to a viper.
The viper. About to not be no longer the wiper.
I hate you. I hate you all with the passion.
Oh, man. No, congratulations, brother. We are so happy for you to go ahead and get your thing popping off. It is fantastic. You know what I'm saying? I love to find out when people are doing really good with their lives and stuff like that. So, man, it is, you know, good shit for real. The man, the myth, the man that don't want to show his face right now. And rightfully so.
I wouldn't either as a player.
I wouldn't.
No. Remember, I thought he signed the contract last week. Come on, man.
No. He hasn't signed no contract yet. I think today is the day where he officially becomes Xbox coordinated. So you know what I'm saying. So it's about to go down. Dark Optimus, what's going on with you, bro? Man, I know that at times it's rough, and it's gonna be a rough show for you, brother. But you're gonna have to let people know what's going on with you.
It's gonna be a rough show every week, bro.
You say that every week.
The Last of Us is in that upper room.
Boy, man.
What up, Optimus?
What's up?
What's going on with you, bro?
Not much, man. You know, tired. Working.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
You sound like an old white witch, man. That's what you sound like. When you laughing like that. That's what you sound like.
I will be that. Call me the white
Not
witch.
you. I'm talking about Viper.
Talking about our Brazilian brother.
I'm talking about Viper the Wiper in a diaper.
Oh man!
Sounding like a witch.
Damn!
Wow.
This ain't Halloween anymore.
Bruh.
God damn! Oh
Specializes in
man,
Brazilian voodoo.
this man is already getting the Xbox spirit tonight. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. The contract is ready. The pen.
That's my gameplay. K-Mega don't know how to play.
We seen your.
Yeah, I was gonna say
ass
this gameplay looks too clean. It's not K Megas, that's for sure.
What? You must not have checked out the show because we seen our man Ham Solo's ashy ass gameplay. I
don't know what happened with my recording. I really don't. Because I was talking to you while I was playing last night, and I told you I was recording while I was playing. And like with no BS, that game is gorgeous.
It's beautiful, man.
What game was it?
Great.
Avatar.
Yeah, that is a good looking game.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Dart. Where would you place it this year on like beautiful games? Like, just graphically, where would you place it?
Graphically wise?
Yeah, this year. Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, I played some really graphically heavy type of games. I would say probably like for like the way that how lush it is, like it's definitely a beautiful looking game because like it's so the game kind of offsets the enemies for the prettiness of the world, right? Because I mean, it's not like Far Cry where they're always throwing enemies at you. It's kind of a lot more like they're just giving you a few enemies here and there. So I would probably put it. I mean, I wouldn't put it at the top because I think that there was I would think Alan Wake was really good looking.
Fair.
I would say even though it's an isometric type of game, I would even say Baldur's Gate 3 was really great looking, and also even Diablo 4. Those games really looked good this year. I mean, it's really hard to say what game was the prettiest looking game this year because there was just so many of them.
In the dark, don't sleep on Diablo 4. That game.
No,
pretty.
It is a pretty game, man. So it would be hard to really pick exactly. I mean, even though it had its problems, I think even at points, even Starfield looks really good too. At points in certain areas and stuff. So it's really hard to say which. But if we're gonna talk about just like in terms of like foliage and the way that they make the world look, yes, it's definitely a gorgeous looking game.
Man. My man, Sir X-Man, is not even here, and the messy is already getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so the super chat does work. Since Xbot doesn't have a podcast anymore from the way that he is acting right now, I guess I will take everything that he has said that I have helped him with over the years and implement it into my podcast. Now, shout out to Bot. We finally got the real explanation of why Xbot 448 has not been doing the next podcast here lately. And I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, can you blame him?
No, I cannot blame him.
Would you do a podcast if
No, I am very happy for brother, man. You know what I'm saying?
I would definitely not be doing a podcast. I wouldn't even be hanging out with you guys right now.
He put down the book of he's gonna cuss me out for this. The book of Yahweh for the ass of. Oh no, I messed it up. For the hand on Assway. That's what he did. Shout out to Bot. Shout out to Xbot 448, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm very happy for brother.
Sipping bath water right now.
That man is on that bath water. He dived in. He is in. Anyway, you got to watch Ham and Loke's podcast earlier tonight to get all that craziness. We're not going to get that deep. Not over here. We'll get deep in some other stuff. But yeah, Viper, have you been able to have any time to play anything?
Not much, but I mean, I've been playing Spirit of the North. Actually, I was streaming that on your game night portion of Discord. So if anybody was around, they'd be seeing that. Yeah, so
I'm glad you used it. Excellent.
Well, what I did was obviously when you go on your Xbox and then you click on the Discord portion on Xbox and then you want to stream it, you just pick a channel, boom, stream it right there.
Excellent. That's what it's for. That's why I have it open. And then of course you guys got access to it. So yeah, stream away over there. Stream. That's why I need to get more people to come in and get more involved. I want to do that with Discord, and I do have a Discord, ladies and gentlemen, a GRG Discord, and it's for like content creators and for just people that just want to come in there and jump in there. I know I suck really bad at soliciting anything. I don't say anything. I barely do, but it is open and jump in, get the, give the ask for the invite. I got you. So
I don't know if it's just me, but I think your stream is having some issues, bro.
Yeah, it's cutting in. It's getting to like a 144p.
Oh, is it? Well, let me try to fix that.
It's cutting in and out. It's almost like you trying to play Avatar right now.
Oh no, that's okay.
On
We'll
the
fix it.
low.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. I'm sure.
What you doing on that PC?
Oh man, I got a lot of things going on this PC, so maybe I need to just cut it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So yeah.
We don't want you looking at that corn, okay?
Oh my goodness.
Life.
Yeah, that's all right. Y'all can talk bad about me doing my thing. But Discord was acting crazy. Matter of fact, I'm looking at the frames right now. It is acting weird. But I got an update on OBS and it started acting wonky. I had to do like 3 like resets. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, what is happening? So this could be an issue that's going on with Discord. I mean, really honestly, I don't have a lot of apps.
Or you could just move over to StreamYards.
I might have to. I might have to. I'm fighting it, but it looks like I might eventually have
for my
to do it.
life.
I'm fighting.
Hey man, going as R. Kelly right now.
Yeah, I'm on my R. Kelly with it. So anyway, as you see, I've been playing Avatar. I've been trying to play a little bit of Hogwarts Legacy, but there's on the PC end of it, there's some kind of issue after a patch, and so it always drops here lately. So I've been trying to get some time in because I'm really actually enjoying the hell out of it. But then it I had to give up on it the other day. Been playing some Halo, been playing a little bit of Mortal Kombat 1, playing some Baldur's Gate 3. You'll see some gameplay in here. You know what I'm saying? So, and then
you ain't gonna have sex with a bear, are you?
No, I ain't got that far, but I you know what I'm saying? I might smash that goblin chick though. I might, just because, I mean, that's just new and exotic. I don't know. It's a female bear. She got a fat ass. I don't know. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You might be right. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started on this. But let me read this super chat from Sir X Man. He says, "Business welfare, say no more. I'm done for the year." My man, Sir X Man, is over here being extra messy.
It's corporate welfare. Corporate welfare.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Not a good look. Damn. Spider-Man says he keeps talking about my one game clip on Starfield of how shitty it is, and now he's talking about my shitty ass lagging internet. I apologize, man. Look, I'm poor. That's why I need these super chats. Let's go. Give me the super chats so I can get my internet back up to par. Okay. Anyway. All right, let's get to it, man. First topic, and hopefully this thing will iron itself out. If not, then oh well, hell with it. Let's see. Let's get to it. E3, it's canceled. It's done. It's cooked. Finito. Curtains. Kitens. Viper, I don't think you've ever had an opportunity to get out there. But
no, I have not.
But what is your initial thoughts about this, man? I mean, does it bum you out a little bit, or is it kind of like you've seen the writing on the wall? Why would you? Give me your whole thoughts about this whole E3 cancellation situation.
Okay, so yes, it bums me out big time because I would have loved to go out there. I've been watching E3 ever since it first started, and I wanted to experience going out there and just talking with the developers, talking with the heads of the companies, and it's just I wanted to experience the camaraderie between other gamers, and now I won't be able to do that. I mean, the only other option is going to Germany for Gamescom when I don't have any money. I'm flat broke. So so now maybe with me going through nursing, then I could get enough money, take a vacation, go to Gamescom, and then that way I'll be able to do that, or even go to PAX East or PAX West. But I really wanted, to go to E3, and yes, the writing was on the wall due to the fact that first, remember, Nintendo pulled out first, okay, but it was still going strong. Then when Sony pulls out, then we're like, oh crap, something. We were trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and then of course the pandemic hits, and everything had to go digital because nobody wanted to catch nothing, and it's like, okay, I didn't think E3 was gonna survive after the pandemic, and sure enough, everybody was saying, well, everybody is doing their own thing with the digital shows, and they can get their message out there much faster without having to pay millions and millions of dollars to try to get show floor space. So it's unfortunate, but if they had come up with a different way of doing things, and instead of charging so much money, then I think it would have worked out. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And yeah, the gaming community, all gamers. I'm not gonna just say Xbox, Sony, PlayStation, or Nintendo fans. It's all gamers have missed out on something that is the video game Christmas. That's basically what it is. It was our time, our Super Bowl, our NBA Finals, our World Cup. This was for us, and now due to the mismanagement, due to the pandemic, it's over. And it I really do hope that it's not replaced by the Summer Games Fest, because that's crap. Summer's Game Fest is just pathetic, and
Dang.
we don't need another Jeff Keighley in the year. He already got the Video Game Awards. He can just stay there at the end of the year, but we do not need Summer Games Fest. We need something else that's bigger. I mean, if they can bring CES to the status of E3, then give us CES for that. That's in January. So at least do something at CES, but damn, we don't need Summer Games Fest. Period.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
Man, yeah, please let me know in the chat if it's still laggy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make some adjustments here. I'm looking at the frame drops. It's ridiculous. So I think this is an OBS issue. If it gets too bad, then, we'll back out and, call it a year. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully it'll iron itself out, and then, I'll do my thoughts video. I got it scheduled for Sunday, but I probably will do it Saturday night when I get home from seeing my mom. But yeah, so hopefully it'll iron itself out, because I don't know, because it's going crazy. But like, I was having a problem with OBS when I got that update, and I just don't understand what the hell is going on. But regardless, Dark, your thoughts. I know you out in the neck of the woods, out there in LA, and I don't know how many E3s you've been to, but your initial thoughts, man. I mean, is this something that you feel that is that's a sad situation, or you just kind of seen the writing on the wall, and it's a good riddance?
I've never been officially to E3, but I've been there when they announce certain things or whatever. But I've never was actually officially in the panels or anything like that, or even doing the games, because I'm not big on crowds and stuff and smelly people. So
Yeah, there are
as
some
bad as
folk
that sounds.
Yeah, no,
There are some folk that need
that
to wipe that ass, man. Wipe that ass, bro. But yeah, I think for me personally, I think it was just the writing on the wall, you know, the times that we're in now. I think, you know, Microsoft still does their, you know, fan fest, so you still have that. You still have, yeah, I know Viper doesn't like Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest, but at least it's something there for now until we get something better, hopefully. Um, the Gamescom, I never really pay attention to Gamescom because they don't really ever announce anything like too crazy at Gamescom, anyways. So it's just kind of like, you know, I get that it's in Cologne, you know, Germany and stuff, and you know, it's too far away, anyways. Like, I mean, like, there's not going to be anybody who's going to be like, I'm going to travel all the way over there, you know, especially like when E3 was so close to a lot of us here, you know. I just think that it's definitely just a sad moment, you know, in gaming history, to say the least, because you know E3 was a big thing for a long time, and now it's gone, and it's like we're kind of just left to pick up the pieces, you know, like us podcasters just here to just kind of hope and pray that we get something better, you know, and at this moment we don't have anything better except for, you know, whatever Microsoft really does, because they still do their fan fests and stuff, and then, you know, Sony, they don't even do PSX anymore, or they don't do, you know, really any live shows anymore. They just they don't do live shows at all, so it's, you know, all pre-recorded stuff that they do. So it's just kind of like we're kind of in this state of limbo where we don't know what's going to happen with the future of, you know, game um game showcases and stuff. So I honestly, I didn't mind that they went digital, but at the same time it was kind of nice to see, because I mean, those moments when, like, especially like even like when 2015, when Phil Spencer came out on stage and said we're doing backwards compatibility for the Xbox One, you know, with Xbox 360 games. That was a huge moment, you know, and people were just in awe of what that happened, and that was like a huge moment right there. And then of course, you know, when Sony was doing theirs, and they were showing off games and stuff, it was awesome at times, but at, you know, and then there was times where it was kind of boring. um and then, you know, Nintendo, I don't even, you know, that's the thing, like about with Nintendo, I don't really ever remember them really showing off anything crazy at E3.
Oh,
Like
you don't remember?
rarely.
Wait. You don't remember the stuff in the early 2000s and actually late 90s?
I didn't watch it in the late 90s. I watched it in. I started watch. Honestly, I didn't really get into gaming until I was like in high school. To be honest, like heavily into gaming was high school age. Um, when I was a kid, I was, you know, I was a heathen.
Oh wow, this man said a heathen.
Hey.
But yeah, I wasn't really like heavily into gaming until really around the time when the Xbox came out. That's when I really got into that stuff. So I started watching E3 when it was on G4, when they actually had a network, you know, on,
Yeah.
and was watching it there. And then, you know, I mean, I don't really remember much of what, you know, there was things that I remember Nintendo doing, but I don't really ever remember them doing like something that really wowed me or anything. Unlike with PlayStation or Xbox. So not saying that I don't like Nintendo. I'm just saying that I don't remember anything that they've done that made me go, "Wow, that was cool." You know, it was mostly like, "Oh, okay," because especially at that time, I was in my teens at that time, so I wasn't really feeling Nintendo at that moment, you know, because it was all like Xbox and PlayStation is cool, you know, and Nintendo's for kids, you know. So it wasn't.
And
There
now
was
you're
only.
all up in Nintendo sauce
I
right
know I'm
now.
all up in the Nintendo goodies, um, but yeah, man, I think it's definitely a sad moment in gaming, and hopefully we can get something that'll be better in the future.
No doubt, no doubt. And I think I fixed the problem. I don't know how, but you know what I'm saying? I think I just started showing this beautiful game, went back to showing this beautiful gameplay of Avatar. You
Is
know,
that your
and
gameplay?
oh yeah, absolutely. And then
Okay.
the gaming gods granted me like access to let the people, the
Because I don't
gamers.
know what you were showing earlier, but it was not looking good.
Yeah, well, I don't. I don't know what it was. That was Avatar. But you know, what I'm saying it's all good. It's all good. And you know, what I'm saying appreciate Noof coming through, Tool Man, Mr. Joy in the Dark. You know, what I'm saying John Wolf being messy. I have to read this. He says I'm here for the Factions 2 beta codes. Somebody told me K Mega was giving them out, bro. Stick to the end. Stick to the end of the show. You're gonna get all the beta codes. I'm gonna give everybody that's watching tonight a beta code for Factions 2. Just you wait. Just stick around. Stick around. You know what I'm saying? Just stick around. We got
Wait. That somebody in the TTS chat earlier today said something that just made me chuckle. But they said the day before lasted longer than Factions.
that.
It
Man,
did.
it did.
4
People got a
days.
chance to
I
play
mean,
it.
at least they came out with the game.
Exactly. Yes.
Man, y'all messy. I mean, I'm over here drinking coffee, man. Y'all got I had to stay sober for this show. Because y'all are gonna be throwing me off guard tonight. Dark, did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
No, man.
About E3?
No.
Okay. Ham, your thoughts about E3, brother? Like, I mean, I know that you wanted to go. I mean, we've talked about it and things like that. You know, wanted to have Loke have the opportunity to come check it out, see it. That's not going to happen. So, you know, is it something that you kind of just seen the writing on the wall, or is it something that, you know, is going to be greatly missed going forward?
It's definitely going to be something greatly missed, just because the difference between that and what we have now, which is, you know, like Jeff Keighley's shows and stuff like that, was like the the ability to not have a face tied to the event, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like, as cool as, because I feel differently than Viper does. I feel that Jeff Keighley doing this thing is fine. I'm happy to see it, because I'd rather have Jeff Keighley show than no show,
Fair enough.
right?
Yeah.
And even if there was another show, I'd still want as many shows as I could possibly get my hands on, right? So but with that being said, like, the amount of times that I hear Jeff Keighley say, "Oh, I got to try this game out before, and here's a sneak peek, you guys." Like, I don't need to hear that anymore. I don't really care if you've tried out the game. That doesn't give the game any more validity at all, whether it's good or not. Um, I'm more or less just there to just to see the stuff, not to praise Keighley or anything like that. But as for E3, it's just kind of tragic seeing that it's gone. But the way they took care of themselves was pretty tragic too, right? So, um, just keeping, and BitCloud got to this earlier when we were on my show. Like, they just keep doing the event in the same place, and he even noted out that Super Bowl's never in the same place.
Right.
Olympics is never in the same place.
Yep.
Like, most things that are big time, that have like a one time a year event, is rarely. even the college football, like, game, like national championship, not in the same place. They rotate, sure. And I think maybe rotating would have been kind of cool for them to even think about doing. But I feel like they were just kind of stuck in their own ways of doing things. And then once COVID hit, it kind of just revealed that we really don't need y'all, especially for the way y'all taxing.
So wait a minute. What about Gamescom? How come they survived?
Different type of entity, and I think it's also one of those things where that organization works with each other.
I was going to say it's less fuckery.
Yeah, more so. Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, so I mean, like they, I feel like the thing I hear about Gamescom is just like that they care. They care, like, from inside of the people that work at Gamescom, um, and actually adding upon the platforms that show up there and whatnot. They don't really. Like I don't remember. I don't know. Has Gamecoms ever gave everybody gave everybody's information out? Do they think do they make those big issues slip right through the crack? Does Gamescom do that? No. No. They also don't rip people off. I'm sure they're still a business. They're trying to get their bread. But like, I feel like E3 was like just very Americanized to the sense that it was just all about the money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it ruined it. That's very American of us, right? Things end up being all about the money, and then we wonder what happened to the honey.
Good old capitalism.
So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. I think it stinks. I'd like to see something rival Jeff Keighley, and that's why I said I wouldn't mind seeing multiple.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's even better for the platforms. Maybe even, something like Xbox may want to split part of the show and be like, hey, we're going to be here for some of this, and then we're going to be at this show for some of that, or something like that. Or better yet, they're doing better deals over there, so we're going to rock with them next year, and maybe if y'all get y'all stuff together, we'll come over there next year. Put a little pressure on Keighley.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, competition is good. We see what happened in K Mega. I don't remember if it was you or who it was. I think it was you. It was either you or BitCloud earlier that was saying, like, imagine Xbox leaving the industry right now, and all you got is what PlayStation's been doing.
Oh, that was big.
Nintendo's
Yeah, that was big.
Been doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So think about that now with game events and showcases. If there's just one, then what you get is what you get. And they're not going to change their format because this is what you got. But if there's somebody else making you look over your shoulder, you might get more quality. Maybe you might get less gonzo on the screen.
Less musical acts. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Better nominations. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, competition is good in literally anything, especially when money is being pushed around, because it forces people to actually try.
No,
it'd be great to see Kojima end up at somebody else's award and Jeff Keighley don't have no Kojima at his.
Oh, see, don't do that. Don't do that. Jeff Keighley gonna work. Jeff Keighley gonna work extra hard. Then, boy, you can't take his homie. You can't take his.
What happens if you take his homie?
You can't take his man crush away. Don't you do that?
Oh no, that's his actual boyfriend. You didn't know?
Stop that. They're
getting ready to get married. Come on.
Stop that. Listen. That man. Listen. Yeah,
I mean, didn't you see the knee pads when the Kojima came out? Come on, now.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No, I mean, there is a serious man crush going on. There's no question. I mean, like, listen, I got homeboys too that I got much love for, but no,
You a married man.
Yeah, I'm a married man. Bro, what are you doing here? And why are you coming out of a box with another man? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Bruh, for real. Anyway, so no, for me personally, man, it breaks my heart. I was looking forward.
I'd like to
going
welcome to the
back.
stage Kojima.
No.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so it's heartbreaking for sure for me. Because the few years that I went, it was so damn good. It was so fun. To just get away from all that internet bullshit. Like, I was rarely checking my phone on looking on Twitter or Facebook or or IG, like looking for gaming information or just to see who would. I gave two shits because I knew what it was going to be. I just know that it's the same old. And you get people that got the loudest voices that, like Big Cloud said tonight, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't game like that. Don't, you know what I'm saying? They'll put the money where their mouth is. They just open their mouth and just talk. I mean, and what's another thing that's awfully sad is that there's so many people that get busted out for their lack of gaming, but their fan base still sticks behind them. So, anyway, but no, E3 was definitely the mecca. But it's like what Ham said, like capitalism took over, and and heads and calmer heads, instead of the prevailing and trying to make it right, they just turned it into where people saw the opportunity, like Jeff Keighley and others, to bail out and do their own thing. And that was the one thing about E3 that made it so special, was that it didn't have a face behind it, but it does. And this year wasn't as good as last year's Summer Games Fest, but it still just feels like something's missing from that show. It just does. It just doesn't have that same type of pageantry or magic, in my opinion.
I don't know that camaraderie. It's just one person leading the charge.
Yeah,
it's kind of like dull.
Right. Yeah. And, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm appreciative of it, but Ham, I think you said it right. You said it perfect when you said that there needs to be competition. There needs to be other people out there to push. But that's the whole thing. How powerful is Jeff Keighley to where there is nobody that is able to push, or don't have the capital or the face recognition to talk somebody into coming over to their show. Like, that's the problem. Like, I mean, the same things that we on this show criticize PlayStation for, and for keeping things, exclusive. Jeff Keighley is doing that same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it, from outside looking in, I have no idea. Maybe just people don't want to touch it or don't want to bother for it, and Jeff Keighley wants to save gaming in that retrospect. It could be that, but I don't know. I do miss it. I will miss it. And when they first started having their problems, when the ESA started having their problems with the people in California, it was the best opportunity to leave, to make the venue, to go to different parts of the country, or to go to Vegas. And then if you went to Vegas, then you would have had a situation where it kind of is fresh, it's new. The people that's been a part of going to California for all these years, they might have been like, revigorated and like, oh man. And then of course it's the adults' playground. There's so much things to do out there in Vegas and E3 is an adult oriented, entity. So therefore when you out in Vegas and the partying that would have been going on. Oh my God. Anyway, so it is all pie in the sky now. It's what ifs, and it never was and never will be. Maybe hopefully there'll be something that will come in its place at some point in time in the future, but I don't know. I think the way that these companies, and something that you said, Ham, on you guys' show tonight, was that they got a taste of saving some money and not having to answer to anybody, just doing their own thing. And that goes a long way. So there we go. There we have it. So, RIP E3, you will be missed. And I hate for the people who had it on the bucket list and won't have that opportunity to do it, man. It sucks. It really does suck. But did anybody else have anything they want to say before we moved on? Damn.
No.
Damn.
No.
Damn.
I know you read.
Everybody just like.
I know you read that. I know you read that.
I know everybody's like, man, let's just get on to the next topic. We want to get to the more juicier stuff. All right, my goodness. All right. Well, let's get on to the man in black behind me. The question that I have for you guys, because it's still an opening, an inkling of of asking this question: will Blade be an exclusive, or will Blade be a multi-plat? And the concept art. So we'll just first start off with exclusivity and get that out the way. And I'll go to Ham first. Do you think this game will be an exclusive to Xbox or Xbox PC, or do you think that there's a chance that Microsoft will want that game to be on a PlayStation console? You're muted.
Oh, my bad. I was saying no. I don't
Okay.
think they want it to be on a PlayStation console whatsoever. Especially after all the stuff that's kind of went down with this whole like ABK deal and stuff like that. Like, not saying that they would have wanted to, even if it would have went through smoothly, but they're still like, as much as they like to tell each other that they're not competing with each other, like, let's keep it a buck. You're 100% competing with each other. You're in the same business. So yeah, I don't think they'd want to do that. That'd be kind of silly, in my opinion. But at the same time, what I find hilarious is that some of the stands and stuff out there are making it sound like a massive L, even if that were to happen. Because it's just like, wait a second. So even if they were, even though I don't think they will, even if they were to give this over to PlayStation, is it an L for Xbox or is it an L for PlayStation? Think about that for a second. Because where is that money going when you buy it on PlayStation?
It's going to go to Disney and Microsoft for the most.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Who's getting the smallest cut out of that?
PlayStation.
Exactly. So people acting like it's a flex to say, oh, if it comes to PlayStation, Xbox is taking another L. It's like, how are they taking the L but getting money? I ain't never heard of somebody losing getting money.
Right.
But no, in all actuality, I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think Xbox is just trying to take advantage of this frustration and, just talking points of everybody having silly ass questions. Because really, I think this is just silly questions. Silly things to worry about and whatnot. Like, you don't question, where is Zelda going to be multi-platform? You don't question, is Splatoon going to be multi-platform?
Right.
Even like for the PlayStation, you don't question God of War. You didn't question Infamous. You didn't question none of it. So it's just like, why are we over here now? We have to question Xbox for something that they just showed. They literally had they literally had the head guy of Leon on the stage. Like I don't know what else you need to do to say, hey, this is gonna be for Xbox, but I don't know. For some reason, and I'm not even mad for Xbox for allowing, this to unfold the way it is. Because you know what? If I was in their situation, I'd be like, you know what? Let them talk. Let them talk. Talk until this game comes out, and then I'm just going to do exactly what you expected. But the reason that I want you to talk is because as soon as you figure out where it is, you're going to be fiending.
You going to walk?
You're going to be fiending. Exactly, right?
Yep.
You're going to be running to it. So, yeah, I think it's going to be 100% exclusive. Other than, PC and Steam, of course. But I think it's going to be 100% exclusive to those platforms. And Xbox is going to be looking mighty good. I think Arcane's going to knock this one out of the park, especially after what happened with Arcane Austin.
Yeah, no,
And I feel kind of bad for Leon a little bit because they have to, I feel like Leon for Arcane is now what kind of Starfield was for Xbox, where it's like, now you're in the prove yourself form. You can't just comfortably come out and just, put out a good game. You have to now put out a banger because of what just happened with the other half of your studio.
That's a fair point. And that pressure was going to be on them anyway.
It was, but now it's a little bit, it was at 4K, but now it's at 8K. People are really looking really hard. They're looking extra hard because you look at you look at Twitter and stuff like that. You see people saying, "Oh, Redfall was made by the same people," and then people will come to the support and say, "Oh, but that was Austin and this is Leon." And in my opinion, it's just like, who cares?
Right.
Hopefully, it's not that like people are acting like Arcane Austin isn't talented.
Yeah. Yeah,
like to me that's like insane.
Didn't feel good when it played correctly. It was the content, the AI. It was just rushed. If the game took another year, Redfall would be a different title. On top of that,
the game was supposed to be a live service as well. It's supposed to be something else.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to say rub the booty of Arcane and say, we don't need to acknowledge your mess up. No, we acknowledged it already. It's taken care of, and you guys are already working on fixing the game. You already put the 60 FPS in and did all this other stuff to the game. So you guys did what you guys were going to say you're going to do. It's things that didn't come out the way it should have, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Arcane Austin is trash. Like, they're not. I don't like that people are running around saying, "Oh, it's Leon, not Austin." Nah, man, it's Arcane.
No, fair point. I mean, I'm digging that. And then Curie in the chat, she what's going on with you, miss? She said, let them talk got Blade more engagement than Grand Theft Auto 6, which again, that goes into asking those guys. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, there was more engagement.
Yeah, I did hear that yesterday. So did I follow up and check it? No, I did not, but I did hear it yesterday. So, I mean, I know that's all I seen. That was like my number one talked about thing on my feed on Twitter X was Blade. So, and I think since we know Grand Theft Auto, and this is what's crazy because we know Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out in 2025. 2025, right? So everybody knows that's coming and they'll wait to assess that and talk about that crazy. But this is one of those things too, it's twofold. One is that Xbox gamers are extremely happy. Two, this is what PlayStation content creators need to feed on for their base because they have to have something. They can't just talk about what happened for PlayStation in 2023 or they wouldn't have anything to talk about. So therefore, they need to talk about Xbox in order to let the red meat just, fly and sling mud. So I can see it. I can see it being a true thing. But Viper, your thoughts, man? Like on this, just one particular thing with Blade. Do you think that it will be exclusive, or do you buy that this game could potentially go on PlayStation at some point?
Oh, you funny.
I'm answering the question. I'm just answering the question, brother. Ask the question.
Well, like I said last week, and I'll say it again this week, it's going to be Xbox PC exclusive.
Mhm.
This is for, wait a minute. Let me do this now. In the words of Phil Spencer, this deal is for Xbox gamers and it's exclusive to where Game Pass exists.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
when he said that not all Bethesda games will be exclusive, because we know we have games on other platforms and we have contractual obligations, but this is for Xbox gamers exclusive deals where this is coming to where Game Pass exists. Does Game Pass exist on PlayStation? No. Does Game Pass exist on Nintendo? No. So where else does Game Pass exist? Everywhere else. So let me throw you this bag of lifesavers, because your ass gonna need it,
Oh,
PlayStation
wow.
fanboys. You gonna need a lifesaver right now.
That's a big ass bag of lightsabers.
You damn right, and I'm eating all of them too. Here's one right here. I'm telling you, they're gonna need a lifesaver because their ass is drowning in the shit that PlayStation is putting out. We know for a fact, Xbox gamers know. Some PC gamers, they know. Not all, but some of them acting kind of spooky right now. But the PlayStation gamers, they're some dumbasses.
Damn.
Come on, you already have Spider-Man. You already have Wolverine. What more do you want?
Oh, they want it all.
You don't buy games in the first place.
Oh shit.
So what makes you think you're gonna buy Blade if it came on PlayStation?
Well, because it's a Marvel game, you know, and it'll be a cinematic.
Just because it's Marvel, that don't mean that you need to get all of Marvel. Okay? Stop being greedy little bitches and learn how to play the games that you're supposed to play. Just like you said earlier on Ham's show, you didn't support Forspoken. You wanted a black protagonist, especially a black female protagonist. You didn't support that. And now the studio shut down. So tell me, why the hell do you think that you deserve all of Marvel's IPs? Because you ain't supporting the ones that you're getting from other third party. So you think that you have, what's the word? That you're entitled to get the things that other people shouldn't get? You think that because PlayStation's on top, that they deserve to get all the games and nobody else gets to get games? You think that you deserve to have Zelda? You deserve Mario? Do you deserve Halo? No. Just because you bought the Halo developers originally, that doesn't necessarily mean you own Halo, you dumbasses. So my thing is this. If you want to get Blade, either play on your $5,000, $10,000 PC, or
10,000. They do not have anything less than 10,000. Do not patronize the stand. 10,000, sucker. 10,000.
either play on your damn high-end PC, or like you normally tell others, why don't you just go get an Xbox, you piece of shit?
My goodness, boy, that man, and pop a lifesaver in his mouth. Oh my goodness.
That's right.
Whoa, Dark Optimus. Yeah, man, this is boy, that like Curie said, spicy tonight. Woo mama. Now, Dark, I know that you're not going to be as spicy, but do you think that there's any chance that I'm not Spider-Man, sorry, excuse me. I should be asking that question. Do you think if Blade is going to come to PlayStation, do you think that Xbox gamers will get a Spider-Man?
PlayStation deserves all the games. They deserve Zelda. They deserve Mario. They deserve man. They're on top, and they need to stay on top, and they deserve all the games.
Ladies and gentlemen, since you're watching this gameplay here, Just imagine
be
my
what you
character, and this is Dark Optimus that's laying on his back in midair, and I'm about to
Oh,
roll the
man.
dice on his ass and see what I do to him. Go ahead,
Your
Dark.
wife's gonna be laying on her back later. I mean,
She might. You're right. She might. You're right. She might. If I feel frisky enough. You're right.
No.
Tell me what you drinking, Derek, because I'd like to have some.
No,
Damn
I honestly think that Blade will be exclusive, and I honestly think that it doesn't matter if it is or not. I don't know why there's articles about it. I don't know why there's talk about it.
While there's articles about it, sucker, don't do that.
We know what it is.
It's so stupid though, but it's like
It is.
it's like if Xbox doesn't say something, it's like they're all up in arms about it. But PlayStation never has to say, "Oh, Spider-Man wasn't going to be on Xbox." Everybody knew it wasn't going to be on Xbox. And, you know, I have to agree with Ham on the whole Arcane thing. This situation reminds me of when Mass Effect Andromeda came out.
Yeah.
And
Great point.
and they were like, "Oh, it's the B team. It's the B team." And it's like, "Well, yeah, but it's still BioWare, you know?" Doesn't mean that they're not talented, because they were clearly talented. I mean, they clearly had something there with Andromeda, especially the combat, right? Yeah, the story wasn't very good. The aliens were kind of wonky looking, yes, but the combat was really good in that game. I think the combat was probably one of the best parts of that entire series. I think Andromeda has not the best, but it's one of the best parts of that series. So they definitely, I think they're dogging on Arcane just because of Redfall. But we know why Redfall didn't do so well. It's because the company had no faith in it. You know, like let's just put it out there that they just had no faith in it. They wanted it to get canceled. I mean, they even said that they wanted it to get canceled. They didn't want it to be out there. So, you know, and they didn't even want to be working on that game. But it seems like with Blade, especially a Marvel property like this, it seems like it's something that they do want to work on, and it seems like something that they do actually want to take care of. So, and I've seen so many people saying, "Oh, the art style. The art style is going to look so bad," and I'm just like, when has Arcane ever made a bad looking art style type of game? I mean, their art style for Deathloop was really good looking, even though I don't like that game. Even though that game I thought was, you know, it wasn't.
Boring.
Yeah, it was boring. I didn't like it. Even Prey too. Like the only games that I liked from Arcane has been the Dishonored games. The Dishonored games. So, you know, it's like, and I like that art style. I think that art style looks cool. I think it's like it kind of looks like a water painting kind of in a way, you know. Yeah. That look to it. So it looks nice. And if Blade, I think if Blade has that type of art style, it's not going to matter, because guess what? As long as the gameplay is good and the story is really good and the traversal is really good, no one's going to give a shit about the graphics. No one's going to give a shit about the art style. No one. Because they're going to be like, Blade is awesome. I'm playing it. Yeah. Basically, you know. And then and this is kind of the first foray into third person too. So this is going to be an interesting kind of way how they're going to do that and how they're going to make that kind of stick. But honestly, I'd rather see Blade. You know, I don't want to like, honestly, like even with Avatar, there's moments where I'm like, I wish this was in third person. You know, like there's a lot of moments where I'm like, I wish this was in third person, just so I can see the characters and interact a little bit more. You know, So I'm excited to see what they do with Blade and see where they take that game, because to be honest, it's like Blade outside of Spider-Man, probably Blade is one of my favorite characters because of the fact that the way that he his story, like really it's his story. Like his story is so interesting,
Right.
He, his mom gets, bitten by Deacon Frost, and when she's pregnant with Blade,
Right.
and then he becomes, and then she gives birth to him and dies, and then and then he becomes the Daywalker, and it's just like it's so cool, like his storyline is so cool. So, and then of course, with Wesley Snipes kind of doing the Blade movies, really brought Blade into a a whole new medium,
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I think we're definitely going to get something pretty special with Blade. I at least I think so.
Okay. No doubt about it. Now, that was going to be my next thing, so it was a good segue to drop in there and talk about the concept art, because I'm seeing that there's people that's trying to already downplay Blade because of the concept art and the fact that
they're like, oh, it's going to be like Redfall.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm all like, it's a different game. It's not going to be like Redfall.
Well,
you could tell that they have a passion for this game. Like, you could tell when they were on stage and they were talking about it, you could tell that the director of the game was like, I'm super ecstatic for this game,
I love the kick. I love when they did the kick.
Yeah, it was just like he's ecstatic for this game. So I'm sure they're definitely gonna take care of it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Viper, now back to you about this whole concept art situation. Like, I mean, a lot of people putting stock into it already. They're already talking about, well, I don't want cartoon graphics for this. I want this to look like Spider-Man, or I want this to look like Hellblade. My quick thoughts on it really, it's just like, look, man, these people that say these things, they're the ones that always promote something that's on, I got an anime picture or some kind of anime, or they showing something from the DC animated universe and promoting cartoons or things that's animated, but then yet you can't dig a game that has animated graphics. Like, I'm not, what I'm saying, I thought that it's just let the game speak for itself, not just go by what your perception is. I don't know, Viper, your thoughts about this whole concept art trying to make it into a tobacco?
You know what? I'm gonna get messy.
Let's go.
So
you already messy.
Yeah, you better have
the wipe.
You better have the senses ready, because I'm gonna get extra messy.
All right.
So
get the wipes.
Yeah, go get the wipes. So
love it.
So let's see. You gonna be concerned about concept art. You know what? I knew another game that had concept art that they were showing it off to Jeff Keighley at one point. And I heard that game was canceled. So I would rather have a game's concept art that's actually gonna come out over a game's concept art that's just been canceled. So I don't want to hear no bullshit about, oh, look at the concept art. That game is gonna look terrible. It's gonna look like a cartoon. Dumbass, that's a concept art. Do you know what the actual game is gonna look like? Do you honestly think that concept art is going to be the final piece of art in the game? Come on. I know that these damn stands, these damn ponies, these unicorns, no, they're not that stupid. But then again, I'm trying to give them too much damn credit.
I think so.
Oh my God. I mean, do you honestly think that me making a stick figure sketch is going to be my final sketch for a game that I'm thinking of? That does not compute. And if they cannot think that, oh, the game is going to be in 3D, it's a third person 3D action adventure. It's not a watercolor flat 2D painting. What it's going to be is it's going to be a 3D game. And basically they got to understand that this is early stages. It's not going to be what they think it is right now. Just wait until the final information comes about, and then you'll have the full game when they announce the final bit of it. So I mean, all this stuff, they just want to come up with something and basically, get clicks for it. They want to talk shit. But you know what? We as Xbox guys and PC guys, we're talking more shit than they are, and they're suffering for it. So I'm going to take my concept art that's coming out versus the concept art that's being shelved.
Oh, all right. Helm Solo, follow that, brother. Like, I mean, the concept art argument. Like, I mean, it. Your thoughts, man. You're muted again.
Damn it. I've been telling you since the show earlier for the concept art. Like I'm excited for the game, but I'm not like I'm not gonna sit here and think about it over and over all day, every day. Talk about it, because then I'm gonna start setting expectations that may not exactly be attainable, or I may think it's going to be one thing and it comes out and it's totally different. We speculated quite a bit earlier on my show about what they could add. Will when they die, will they turn into, the vampire dust? Like, are they going to have some of these, like blood gods as like mini boss fights, and then like really like hone in on like Deacon as like one of the big bad mojos or mofos or something like that? Is it going to take place in, this place, or end up where? So like there's a lot of speculation already to be had, and you don't even have to think about it that long, right? So I don't want to think about it too much, but at the same time, as for like the way people are kind of taking it, like, I don't know. I didn't hear this many people talk about the concept art of The Last of Us.
No, boy, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying because it's crazy. It's almost like people knew better than to be like, oh, concept art, this is literally gonna be what it looks like. No, we know damn well that that's not the way that the game would have looked, even if it would have looked similar to the other Last of Us games, and that concept art didn't look anything like anything like the other Last of Us games. It looked much more cartoony. Am I right?
No,
so yeah, I mean, I just wouldn't take it so serious, but ponies are gonna get the clopping around and doing what they got to do to protect the narrative that PlayStation
clicking.
ain't struggling. That and that's really the whole thing. That's the bottom line to all this. PlayStation's having a hard time. They don't have anything to brag about for themselves, so they're gonna try to bring you down to their level, right? They're gonna try to bring you down to Xbox 2022 or Xbox 2015 or 16 or 17 or something like that, right? They're gonna make you try to feel as if you don't have anything going on just because they ain't got nothing going, right? So yeah, I personally, I just don't take it in. I just don't take it serious. Man, I can't wait till we get to that Last of Us topic.
Oh man! Oh well, that's next. I just got to say what I got to say because that's when the cooking begins.
Cooking on that one,
I'm ready to get to cooking
about this one, but I'm ready to get
I'm ready to get to the cooking.
Hey, I gave you the segue.
Yeah, no. I just got to say my part on it really quick, and that's to me is stop pork begging, because that's all y'all doing. You stands are pork begging. Y'all pork begging. It's atrocious. Y'all brothers and sisters are starving over there. We know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been trying to tell Xbox gamers for a very long time, be happy into your console, because you know what? Your console's listening to you. Your console, the people that's making the Xbox is listening to the Xbox gamer. Sony is not. So you damn right it's going to be exclusive. You damn right that concept art is not a problem because the game is going to look good enough. Doesn't matter what kind of art style they're going to come up with, as long as the game plays well, which that is what this game is going to be predicated on, is how it plays more than how it looks. Because yeah, looks is great, but we all know what is king when it comes to games, especially an action-oriented game. So yeah, hush it, stop it, y'all. It's tragic over there, and this is the segue right here. So let's get to cooking, right? I said no. I said this.
You're cooking with bacon grease?
Oh no. This is straight up pig fat. We cooking pig fat. We frying the shit out of their ass on this one tonight. Okay, so this is. I've been trying to tell you people for a long time about PlayStation being in a weird situation, and I know I got pushback, and that's fine. Because when you look at it, the one thing that you always see is that the console sales, look at those sales. But what about those damn software sales? You know what I'm saying? What about the first party title? You said it was about first party. You guys said it was all about first party. And one first party title, and then still had to come out and lie to you to make you feel good about yourself, to talk about console sales and sales by saying that Spider-Man 2 was the highest was the best-selling PlayStation game of all time. But they didn't tell you the fine print for one day, because that achievement goes to God of War Ragnarok, who had 5 million in a week. And Spider-Man didn't reach 5 million until almost going into its third week. What the here? You know what? I gotta give some PlayStation dudes some credit. We're gonna see what our PlayStation panel member is gonna say tonight. We don't know if he's gonna be on some fuck shit or if he's gonna be on some real shit like Big Cloud was earlier. But the point of the matter is that to me,
always fuck shit.
Okay, good. Well, you better be on the right fuck shit. That's if you're gonna be on it, so sucker. Because I'm getting
24/7, like 7-Eleven.
I am pretty much damn near tired of listening to these damn excuses. I'm tired of saying that when you see this stuff that's going on with factions, this is their scale bound. And what are they saying? What are they saying? Well, this is great.
Oh shit, K-Mag, you breaking.
You cutting out.
Man, because they want the single player experience. I don't understand why when I get passionate, this thing start acting up. Oh, well, no, this is OBS acting up. Sorry. So they're talking about the first party experience, and they're talking about, this is what we want. This is what we've asked for, is for the single player things. So you mean to tell me a company like Naughty Dog that has over 400 developers can't do two things at once? You mean to tell me that their only best asset is to do one thing?
Hey, K-Mag, let me get a little messy real quick.
Yeah.
Are they telling me that 343's better?
Whoops!
They are. They told us.
They're telling you Redfall's better.
Yo, come on.
Listen, multiplayer works. Does it not? Redfall now plays better than Redfall at launch. No question. Where's factions to prove us wrong?
Bruh.
Okay, so this is open discussion. Everybody get messy. It's time to just listen. I got the bat ready. So listen.
I'm not gonna be too long. So if you don't mind me going first,
yes, please.
I didn't give a shit. I didn't give two flying fucks if this game came out or not. To be honest, and you guys know me because I am not a multiplayer gamer at all. Period.
You're not.
So I did not care.
I'm in the same boat as you. I didn't care either.
And honestly, I didn't even care when they announced when they were like, "Oh yeah, we're doing it," I was like, "Okay, whatever." As long as you can continue to give us our single player stuff, then I'm okay with it. But it even seems like they have nothing else to. They didn't have anything else to announce, so they just basically are doing remakes and remasters this gen. It seems like at Naughty Dog. That's what it seems like. I mean, they didn't they already do? They did a remaster of Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy. They did a remake of The Last of Us 1. They did they're doing a remaster of Last of Us 2. Is that all they're going to do this year? I mean, this generation? Is just that?
Hey, Mega, the stream is buffering.
I can't do anything about that. It's OBS because it's dropping frames on its own. I've the things that I did before, I can't do them again. So it's OBS. I apologize. So hopefully it'll work. It'll
hopefully they don't. Yeah, they can hear us. Hopefully they can hear us and listen to us and stuff. But
maybe
man, I honestly
5 or 10 seconds behind, maybe.
Yeah. Honestly, man, it is what it is. I mean, I saw a lot of people, I saw people. I'm not gonna name their names because I don't want to throw them out there, but I saw them and they were like, "Oh, you guys are just upset. You guys are just upset that like I heard somebody say, oh, you just coping, you're just coping for the saying just to say that you don't like multiplayer games or like you don't want factions too or whatever, some shit like that." And I was just like, dude, I don't give a shit. I never have. I never ever even gave 2 F's about factions. I played it once. I played it one time and I was just like, it's cool, but I didn't go back to it. I didn't play it again. I didn't go and say, oh my gosh, this is the game that's going to change my life. And that's how these guys act. They act like this game was going to change their life. Like this was going to make a difference. It's just a video game. It's just a video game. It's not going to change nothing. It's not going to make you a better gamer. It's not going to make you anything. It's just a video game. It got canceled. Let's move on. Let's, let you guys get messy because I'm done.
Wow, the only pony with the voice of reason. My God.
Well, what can they say? Any PlayStation person?
No one can say anything.
Well, no. The reality
they can be mad about it, but what are they going to do? Nothing. They can't do anything.
No. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just was going to say, any PlayStation fan of reason cannot justify this fuckery. The way like when you brought up the word entitlement, right? When you brought up entitlement, that's exactly what Naughty Dog did to the PlayStation fan. They're like, we don't give a shit about what you think, so much so that we're not going to allow you to comment and vent to us. Just give me your money and shut the hell up. That's all we want. That's exactly what they did to you. And you, instead of you standing up, grabbing your balls like real men, or sitting up and standing and holding your shit up tight, women, female PlayStation gamers, and saying this shit will not be tolerated, you go ahead and you cope for them. You still sit there and get on social media and do your content creating and still try to justify why this is good and why the house is not burning down behind you for the company that you love. You were so adamant about what was going on with Xbox in 2013 and all of the Xbox One era, right? We're just trying to look out for you guys. Well, it's now changed. us Xbox gamers are trying to look out for you PlayStation gamers, because the content creators that y'all are listening to, they're sending y'all, they're putting PlayStation into an early grave. There's no question about it. So the way Sony is operating right now, Sony is not going to be here. Y'all talk about Xbox in 2027. Sony ain't going to be around if you allow this type of mess to happen. Not saying that games don't get canceled and things like that. That stuff does happen, right? But the sheer
honestly, I'm glad that they canceled it. To be honest,
because but see, this is the thing. This is the problem, right?
Because then hopefully now they can focus on their what they're good at.
No, that's true. But then again, then we go into what Ham was saying, is that like what? So now are we going to sit here and actually acknowledge that 343 is the better studio than Naughty Dog?
You might as well at this point.
Because they just came out and told you that they're not capable of doing two
I mean,
things
you
at
might
once.
as well say that at this point, because they at least came out with an actual sequel to a game or an actual game instead of remasters and remakes.
It was a campaign
this generation
and multiplayer.
And
that
multiplayer.
multiplayer happens to be a live service.
Right. Like Sir X-Man came out and was absolutely 100%. He deserves his flowers for this, because I will keep repeating it. Sir X-Man said, why don't Sony follow what Xbox did? And you don't even have to say follow Xbox. Just take the steps of, if you want to integrate more PlayStation gamers to multiplayer, start adding more multiplayer like modes to your single player experiences, instead of just trying to go straight into live services. Hell, Xbox figured out live services is not the easiest thing either. 343 had to definitely find out the hard way. But the crazy thing is, right now,
I think there's a lot of companies who are figuring out it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not
and that even live service games aren't really like the big hotness at this moment, anyways, because of the fact that there's so many of them right now.
Right.
There's a lot of them.
So wait a minute. Tell me before, how many of the people that worked on the multiplayer for the first Last of Us and the first factions, how many of them are gone? Because
they're gone.
I clearly remember that the entire team worked on the single player and the multiplayer. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I also heard that the people was it Insomniac that did Resistance, or who was
Insomniac did Resistance.
Yeah. Okay, so if Insomniac did Resistance and that had a multiplayer, why is it Insomniac can't do a multiplayer for Spider-Man?
They can't.
Why is it that Naughty Dog is given the excuse that, we cannot release post content after we can't release content after the DLC because we're gonna be a live service team. We want to stick to the single player stuff. I'm like, give me a break. That is some bullshit.
It is,
because every single studio gives out DLC. That's post content. So you don't want to give out DLC. You don't want to update the game on a continuous basis. Okay, then you make sure that your game is finished in the first place if you're going to be just a single player studio.
Right.
Make sure the game is finished and don't release DLC. That's what releasing post content is. It's basically DLC. You're updating the thing every single time. When you're putting out patches, that's post-release content. So I don't see why they're being, and I'm going to say the word, why they're being lazy. Because this is going to put money in your damn pocket. This is the reason why Jim Ryan commissioned these games to come out as so that they can get more money. They're spending too much debt. How much? Wait a minute. In the FTC case, didn't they say that The Last of Us cost what, $250 million, or it's actually, I think, a little bit more, $350 million to be made?
Something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. So when you charge $70 per title, and Jim Ryan said that the console players are not enough, right? That's the reason why he's going over to PC. So then why is it that you can't do microtransactions, or you can't do a multiplayer so that you can get consistent revenue? If that's the case, then You need to hire some people that specialize in multiplayer and go ahead and do the game for you. Stop bitching and complaining and do what is required. Because I can guarantee you right now, and I said this before on TTS earlier, Bungie, Naughty Dog, and Insomniac are going to be worked to the bone, and they're going to be run down by Sony, and they will be done. They will be dismantled by 2027. So if anybody wants to clip this right now on GRG, this is December 15th, 2023. I'm saying it right now. You better clip it, and you better take this clip right now, because I guarantee you, Bungie, Naughty Dog, and Insomniac will be done by 2027 because they cannot keep up. Sony is going to run them into the ground. Insomniac, how many games have they released so far since they were acquired? Come on, name them all. We got Ratchet and Clank.
Spider-Man.
No,
we have Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
We have Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Yep.
We have Spider-Man 2.
No,
Yeah.
you got Spider-Man 2018. You got
no, because they weren't acquired by Sony by that time.
But they still worked on Spider-Man. They still
they still worked on Spider-Man. Okay, but they've also worked on Resistance. They also worked on
but
Ratchet and Clank games.
Since they were acquired, how many games have come out from
3
Insomniac?
Okay. 4.
No, 3.
Okay. Spider-Man 2018.
No, because they weren't acquired by them. He's saying acquired, but when they were acquired.
Okay, but they still worked under Sony's umbrella, regardless.
I understand, but he said when they were acquired, okay, so that means only 3.
4. No,
4. They only worked 3.
There was 2. Oh,
because right now they're working on. They're working. You're thinking of Wolverine. Yeah. They're working on that right now.
And they're also working on Spider-Man 3 as well.
Well, they'll be working on Spider-Man after they get finished with.
But games that they've worked on were just the 3 games, and they've come out.
And
the other ones that they're working on.
They've been the workhorse of Sony since they were acquired.
Well, I'm just saying even before that. Like, I mean, just think about.
But doesn't that show you like a true testament as to what kind of company Insomniac is?
Insomniac is incredible, but see again,
they're gonna get burned out.
But hold on, but the flip side.
That doesn't mean that they're going to get burnt out.
Okay, but hold on, listen to this while you saying this, Stark. But listen to this though. While you are absolutely correct about
I'm an Insomniac stan, so I'm like,
you're fine for that. You're fine for that. But what I'm trying to say
I love Insomniac too.
Is that when people look at what you're saying, you're giving praise for them to pump out as many games as they did. But on the flip side,
well, as much as they can, I'm not saying like don't burn them out. I just don't think that they're gonna get burnt out.
But regardless, listen to what I'm saying first. Is that the different perception was when Xbox was getting high productions from Coalition and from Turn 10
343
and from 343, it was looked like, well, you're burning them out. Look at this. Have them work on something else. Don't have them do this. Don't have them. It was looked at as a negative, not as though that they were a good, accomplished company that could pump out great content. They were looked at as being forced and that their creative freedom was being taken away. Why is it that it's not looked at the same way with what's going on with Insomniac?
Well, that's the thing.
Naughty Dog.
With what Viper was saying is that they're going to get burnt out and that they're gonna be done in 2027. But look at the Coalition. Look at 343. They're still around.
Okay,
and people said that they were being burnt out. So
but there's a difference.
I don't understand why you think they're going to be so burnt out that they're going to fold under into.
So let me explain. So you've got Microsoft, who has a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Phil Spencer decided, okay, our studios are being burnt out. There is only Forza, Gears, and Halo, right? So we went on a buying spree and we bought all these studios. We can sustain them because we're Microsoft. We've got the money, so they can have a little bit of a rest period. Yes, Coalition, 343, and Turn 10 were the workhorses for Xbox during the Xbox One era. They were burnt out, and the fans were getting burnt out as well. Now you have Insomniac and Naughty Dog that are the workhorses for Sony and PlayStation. So if these other
you got Guerrilla, you got Sucker Punch, you got you got other
Okay.
studios. I mean, they have plenty of other studios that can take a. That's why I just don't get the whole burnt out thing, because
Well, you didn't let me finish though, because and I'm gonna go according to what you're saying here. What else besides Ghost of Tsushima and Horizon 2 has Gorilla made so far?
Well,
Gorilla
Tsushima was Sucker Punch, bro.
Sucker Punch, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sucker Punch.
What else has Sucker Punch done besides Ghost of Tsushima recently?
Recently, nothing. But
Nothing.
I mean,
Okay.
But that's the thing.
So
It doesn't mean that they're not working on something right now.
Right,
They're
but
working
they're not
on
going to get
Ghost
burnt
of
out
Tsushima
because
too, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Insomniac has released 3 games almost back to back, right?
Yeah.
Within, let's see. So Miles Morales 2020, Ratchet and Clank 2021, 2023 Spider-Man 2. Do you think that is a little bit too much? Too fast?
I mean, if that's what they want to do, I mean, I'm not in the studio, so I don't know.
Now Dark
Okay.
sounded like I was when I was over here defending for what 343 and Turn 10.
Exactly.
But that's that's the thing,
fine.
and they're still around,
Yeah,
so
no,
that's
yeah,
why I'm just thinking,
but-
why would you want those companies to go away just because?
No, but I don't think.
Well, he made it seem like he wanted those companies to go away in 2027.
I think it's the same thing as what PlayStation content creators were saying, and even Xbox gamers were saying, was like, man, give 343, Coalition, and Turn 10 time to cook. Give them a break period. Give us other content in between, or have those studios work on something outside of Halo, Gears, and Forza. Now, we're looking at the whole situation being on
It seems like they're doing that, but they're
different.
not doing it the same way that Xbox is doing it. What they're doing is that they're doing it in the way of getting third-party games to be exclusive on their console. That's how they're doing it.
Right, but
they're not doing it. They're not doing it the way that Microsoft's doing it, by buying these companies and making those games exclusive for their console.
No,
they're doing it a different way by buying the third-party game, like they see, like what was it? The Last Ronin, or not the Last Ronin, but Rise of the Ronin. That's Koei Tecmo. That's them, the ones who made Neo and Wolong and stuff like that. So that's what they're doing. They're getting those companies to kind of fill out their catalog per se, and I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that what they're doing is right, because I don't think it is. I think trying to take those third-party games away from other consoles is completely wrong, but that's the only way that they are able to do that, because that's all the money that they have to. They can't go out and buy the companies like Microsoft does. They just don't have that kind of revenue.
The same thing that Microsoft did with third-party deals and second-party deals back in the Xbox One generation. That's the same thing PlayStation is doing right now. But there was still burnout at 343, Turn 10, and the Coalition. So it's the same thing that applies to the PlayStation side. You're going to have the burnout with Insomniac and Naughty Dog. Now, Bungie just got bought. But the fact is, there's probably going to be a takeover, because Bungie is not going to do too well.
I don't think they're going to get burned out, because they have other companies there that will.
I understand that they've
up.
got other companies, but they're not doing the caliber of work that Naughty Dog and Insomniac are doing. And the thing is, they're the ones that Sony is depending on.
Naughty Dog isn't even doing anything really. Like Naughty Dog
they're
literally
doing remakes and remasters. Yes, I
yes,
understand
that's what they're doing. So it's like it's really only Insomniac that's really kind of holding them up by their bootstraps.
Right.
So
you just said it right there. They're the ones that's holding them up by the bootstraps
right now. But
when you rely on them
and
too
these third-party crap.
But when you rely on them too much, that's going to cause the burnout. And you're going to have an influx of people leaving Insomniac and saying, we can't do this anymore. We need some time to rest. And so that's where
I think we just have to see where it goes from here.
Well, there's gonna be a dip in quality.
We are seeing how it goes, right? Already. Like, I mean, that's how many times are we going to keep giving this excuse about?
No, I'm saying like with Insomniac, we got to see where it goes, because I don't see them being burnt out. They don't seem like they're not sitting there saying that we're burnt out.
They may not be, but but there's a pressure now, because and this is the same thing that happened with Halo. Is that Halo stopped getting the acclaim that it once did. And then all of a sudden, so people at 343 had to press harder. The content creators for Xbox and the fans, they started asking questions instead of looking at the content that was given to them and saying, you know what, Halo 5 was really damn good. It just missed the mark on some things. Halo 4 was really damn impressive, but it just missed the mark on things. Instead, they were looking for the same accolades that they were once getting with Halo 1, 2, and 3 and Reach. And you know what I'm saying? But they weren't getting that. And then people started looking at 343 as though, well, it's not Bungie. That's the problem. Or they're doing too much of bringing us Halo. And
but that was just people talking. That wasn't really people actually.
It's the media as well. Like that's the thing that I'm saying. Like it was more than just people talking. You could tell that the And the reason
because if they were really getting burnt out at 343 or the Coalition, they would have said something. They would have said, "Hey, we're getting burnt out. We need to do some other stuff."
They did, Dark. There was leaks. Totally there was leaks coming out talking about the.
Well, I don't even know how the Coalition got burnt out, because they've only made two of the Gears games. Well, three of the Gears. No, two of the Gears games.
They made four Gears games.
Which ones?
They did the RTS. 4. They did Gears 4, Gears 5, the RTS, and then they did the
remake,
DLC.
The remake of Gear 1.
And then they did the remake. Okay.
And they did, so that's 5. Because you had Hive Busters, which was, I'm counting DLC as well, because they had to.
Yeah, you can count DLC.
Yeah, you got Hive Busters. You had
because that is work.
Yeah, Gears Tactics. You got Gears 4.
They did Gears Tactics.
5, yeah, they got Gears 4, Gears 5. And then they did the Ultimate.
But even then, I still don't feel like they were getting burnt out. But that's just me.
But people were assuming. And listen, when you don't get the same accolades, and Halo nor Gears was getting the same accolades like they once did, you're gonna press.
Well, we know why Halo wasn't getting the same accolades, dude. We know why.
But see, now Spider-Man hasn't got the same accolades. Think about that.
Remember,
that's a point I'm trying to make. Right, like they didn't win an award. That's not normal. And you know what I'm saying? So you don't think when they make Wolverine,
but they didn't get an award. They didn't get any awards for 2018 Spider-Man.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Which one? What did they get?
Best action game or something like that. They won awards. They won
best action.
Best action game.
I think they got the sound. I guess they got. Let me see. I think they got sound, action. I don't know what else they got.
And it wasn't all from the VGA. I know they won one from VGAs, but they won multiple ones throughout, different awards from different.
It was God of War that won 2018, but Spider-Man was in the running for the nomination as well. Mm-hmm. But God of War won it. Spider-Man had to take some other stuff. But my main thing is that Sony needs to figure something out. They have to have a multiplayer game that will hit so that they can continue to make some money. Now, if they do get a multiplayer game that can make some money for them, then that will ease up the pressure on the single player studios. Because here's the thing, once again, it takes so much money to make those single player games. What was his name? Sean Layden said it. Even Jim Ryan said it. There's too much money going into those single player games. They don't have the money to fund them. So they need a multiplayer game where they can put the microtransactions in there and they can get continuous income. And then even if they get that continuous income, they're going to probably have to get another multiplayer game. So that's more income so that they can fund more single player titles. So you do not want to burn out your studios because that's what's happening right now.
Spider-Man 2018 didn't win any awards at the Game Awards.
It won one, I thought.
I
Nope.
remember that they
Did it
won
win
some.
anything?
Nope,
Okay.
it didn't at
So
all.
must have
It was
been- must have been
nominated,
clean.
but it
I
never
know it was
won.
nominated. So so type in what awards did it won? Because it won.
It won at the BAFTAs.
Okay, so maybe that's what.
No, actually, no, it didn't. It only was nominated.
So it didn't win anything in 2018.
Nope. The only thing it won was at the Navigator Awards for game engineering, game franchise action, supporting performance in a drama.
So at the Gamers Choice Awards 2018, the game received 8 nominations, went on to win 3 awards: fan favorite action game, fan favorite single player game, gaming experience, and fan favorite character of the year for Yui Lowenthal as Spider-Man Peter Parker.
But it didn't win anything at the VGAs, so it's the same thing with Spider-Man 2. So it's the same thing with Spider-Man 2.
But how many nominations? How many nominations was that? Was 2018?
Was that for 2018?
Yeah,
it had more. I think it had more nominations at the VGAs.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
At the VGAs, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 nominations at the VGAs.
Nominations. Okay, all right.
And so didn't win any that year.
But has Spider-Man won?
So by that logic,
has Spider-Man won any? Has they won any awards this with Spider-Man 2?
No, they didn't win any awards.
No, I'm not talking about at the VGAs. I'm talking about overall, anywhere.
Overall.
At what? For which one?
Go ahead, Ham. Go ahead, Ham.
Y'all are missing the point. We're talking about Naughty Dog. Y'all over here talking about Insomniac for a half hour.
That is
what
true.
What are we doing?
But I was talking
because he was talking about how they were going to get burned.
But he's talking about. But it's also talking about the whole situation between Insomniac and also with Naughty Dog, because everything else is taking more time. Now I'm looking at what let's say what Chris Coleman is saying. He says every studio operates differently. Insomniac has always had fast output. Most other studios need about 5 years for a polished game. PlayStation main devs dropped games in 2020, so wait till 2025. But also, I will push back on that. There's another factor on that. Because of the fast outputting of this game, this Spider-Man was the least polished out of the other 2 Spider-Mans that dropped.
Spider-Cube.
So, you know what I'm saying? So again, yeah, they're good at pumping games out quick, but as you can see, if they don't have time to cook, then they're gonna then you're gonna get a buggy mess. So you know what I'm saying? So Insomniac is not immune to bringing out a game that people are calling Spider Bug. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's
no, I don't think they're immune to it. I'm just saying I don't think that if they felt like they were being burnt out, I think they would say something.
Do you hardly hear anything coming out of the Sony camp? You hear more stuff coming out of Microsoft than you do coming out of Sony.
I think Sony's not going to say anything, but I think Insomniac would say something.
Okay,
because of the kind of company that they are.
Insomniac is being controlled by Sony. Sony will put the kibosh on anything that Insomniac will just say.
Not necessarily.
Come on now.
Okay, but like Ham said, which is right. We're talking about Naughty Dog, but I'm talking about Sony as a whole for myself. Like this is,
and I'm talking to Sony as a whole too.
But you know what I'm saying. But this is the thing right here where we're just kind of.
If we're talking about Sony as a whole, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like the whole Naughty Dog thing. I could see a little bit of what Viper's saying with the whole like burnt out a little bit because they're the only ones kind of like putting things out repeatedly. I think that'd be the only reason that they'd get burnt out is because they're just like, why are we the only ones doing all this work or getting all this work out? And here it is. You brought on some studios. You purchased some studios,
and they haven't made shit.
And we have a big goose egg from a lot of these. And I mean, it's just not the best look. But in my opinion, this conversation revolves more or less around Naughty Dog for the fact that that's their premier studio.
Right.
Yep.
And having that, and like like this situation would be no different if this was Santa Monica in the situation or Insomniac in this situation. But like Naughty Dog literally has been focusing, and this is what kind of bugs me a little bit. Y'all got this movie. Y'all got Neil Druckmann doing movies.
Yeah. Focus on the damn games.
You got him directing movies, but he ain't got time for the reason the movie or the TV show exists, which is the games. And I just and like I said, I'm not a big fan of factions. I probably wasn't like I was gonna try it out. And if they would have had it like for sale, I would have probably purchased it just to give it a try. Always have it around, yada yada yada. I'm probably gonna do the same thing with Helldiver, right? I'm gonna try it out, see if it's something I like. Because
Which a game that
I
stands
did
is
the
not
same
going to
thing with
buy or
Rocket League
support.
back when it cost money. I did the same thing with Rocket League back when it cost money. I went out and bought that game before it became free, tried it out, found out I loved it, and played it for a few years. And I was expecting to maybe do that with this coming factions game. Just give it a try. Probably not my thing, but I'll try it just so at least if I'm knocking it, I know why I'm knocking it. And I just think it's funny because here we are dogging Halo for I don't know how long about the way that they've been moving. 343 ain't good enough. The story ain't what people or what some people expected. The multiplayer didn't have enough this or that, not enough maps, not enough this. So now you guys would have been the headline.
Right.
So like looking at this, I'm just like, yo, they just said fuck you in like 7 different ways. And then they're dropping something that you've already probably beaten if you're already a fan of PlayStation. And they have no idea when, or at least we have no idea when they're going to drop their next game. But keep in mind, they're working on the next season of The Last of Us TV show. All right, bruh?
Yep.
It's just like, what are the priorities? It doesn't really seem like the priorities are really in order. It feels like Neil Druckmann's just walking around, just slinging his dick all around and just letting everybody know you can suck it if you want.
Well, he was banging
Or you
Andy
can
in the
step
game.
off. But you gonna love me or hate me. That's kind of the feeling I've been getting a little bit from Neil Druckmann. It's just he has like this whole love or hate kind of aura going on around him, where it's just like you either like our direction or you don't.
Right.
And if you don't, get out. And I mean, you ain't gonna tell us nothing.
Yeah,
we made sure of that.
And Sony
It's
coddles
bullshit.
which helps
And
with entitlement. Yeah.
The worst part about it to me is these PlayStation dudes will tell us you need to ask for better.
Right. Yep.
Talk that shit.
But when we say, yo, he just canceled a game on a first party game. This ain't Scalebound.
This ain't Scalebound. This is worse than Scalebound, but it's your Scalebound though. You know what I'm saying? Which is worse.
They just did that to you, and you're just, no, we're not going to ask for better at all. I'm just saying. I said it earlier. If Halo did the same thing, I said this on my podcast specifically. If Halo came out in 2021 and said, we don't have no multiplayer. We ain't got the multiplayer, but we got the campaign. Go ahead and enjoy that. We'll come out with the multiplayer when it's ready. We're working it all out.
Damn.
And then come 2023, they say, it ain't work. And we just canceled it. You don't think that would be everybody saying Xbox is closing up shop?
Damn. They did that with
game.
split screen. Remember?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just saying, like, you wouldn't think that they'd be like, I mean, they said it already. They said it with Redfall, a game that's not even like the title of Xbox at all, right? As soon as that game came out and it didn't look that great, looks like what's his name? Colin
Moriarty.
Oh man, Xbox looks like they might be closing up. They might be done for good after this one. I don't know how they can come back. Tell me about Last of Us and why, or not Last of Us, but Naughty Dog, and why they keep, I mean, they're finessing their customers. I don't know how many damn different ways they can give me the same game without any future roadmap of anything new, really. And then just say, you know what, deal with it. And then everybody in the community is like, you know what, they're really good at single player. Anyways, we didn't really want a multiplayer from them. Well, then if you didn't want a multiplayer from them, why were you bragging about Factions 1?
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. K-Mega, look at your DM in Twitter and pull up that tweet. The one that I just sent you. I want you to show this on the screen because we got some receipts. Because y'all ponies be capping for games that you say that you do want, but then again, you say you don't want it. So which one is it? Ham Solo is right. You asked for a game and you really didn't want it. So when K-Mega puts this up on the screen, all you ponies in the chat, I'm looking at you, Fahim, you're going to see what we talking about. Continue, Ham.
There was two people that I respected, and I'm not saying that I like always follow their content or love them or anything like that, yeah, you know, they're just a few other content creators that I happen to have on my show that I talked to and I had some pretty good conversation with. That is BG. He lost his fucking mind about this shit. Broken Games HDR, check him out. He was not happy about it. He called anybody on Twitter or in social media that was sitting there saying, oh, this isn't no big deal. He told them to go suck a dick.
Damn.
He's like, yo, this is a problem. If y'all gonna ignore this, y'all the ones with the problem. So I was like, yo, look at this dude. Keeping it a buck. Jack Move Johnny said the same thing. How are we gonna drop more hardware than game? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long, and I brought this up on my show earlier, K-Maker, how long are we going to sit there and pretend that we see no evil, we see no problem, nothing's wrong, don't worry about it, it's all good? It doesn't work, man. I mean, if you're sitting there saying that there's nothing wrong, do you think that puts any pressure on your company at all to do better for you? I don't know how many times I said, yo, this ain't right. And there's even sometimes I said, this ain't right. And K-Mega's like, you need to chill out. And I'm like, no, man, I don't like it. I'm calling it like I see it. I don't agree with everybody or disagree with everybody. K-Mega don't agree with me on everything that I get frustrated about. But the thing is I'm holding them accountable in my way. I find it really weird when anything bad happens, you have an excuse as if you're getting a paycheck from them.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
That's weird to me. If I go to McDonald's and ask for a cheeseburger and get a sloppy ass chicken sandwich, I'm not going to go home and say, well, they're a good company.
They're the top seller
this
company.
Time, but
yeah,
you know, I'm going to keep going there. Yeah. I'm like, no, man, I'm going to be pissed. You fucked up my order.
Yeah. And what I'm reading here from, that's why I'm leaving it here from what Chris Coleman is saying here in the chat. He says 343 only makes Halo, of course, that got burnt out. Why do Microsoft let their studios make other types of games? 343 should have been allowed to make their own. And see, this is the thing right here. This is this misconception. See, it's been already slated. And look, if this is what this studio, they addressed that last gen. If this is the studio, this is what Halo, this is what 343 is about. Halo only, nothing else. And Xbox also addressed that by purchasing all of these other studios. because of the fact that they didn't want these people to be burnt out because of all of the information that came out beforehand, because they were pushing the limits of bringing as many Halos as possible, right? Why is this not applied to Insomniac or to what we really are talking about, Naughty Dog? Name me the last Naughty Dog game that came out. And I mean, just naming the last Naughty Dog game that came out that wasn't The Last of Us. And when did that game drop?
The last one was Uncharted.
Okay.
You're muted, Ham.
You're muted, Ham.
Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Remake of Uncharted is what I was saying.
Okay, yeah. And
well, it was a remaster, not a remake.
Or whatever.
Remaster, right, right. Okay. So you got that. When did that game drop out? When that game drop?
That dropped.
Wasn't it
last
2021
year.
Or was it 20? Yeah, beginning of 2022.
It was 2022.
January.
Okay.
Last year.
All right. And then after The Last of Us and Uncharted, what was the next game after that?
It was Lost Legacy back in 2019 or 18.
No. I said that's not Uncharted or
okay.
Or
those are only two that I know
I'll tell you, K-Megan. I'll tell you right now. It hasn't been anything since the last. They haven't had anything outside of The Last of Us since other than Uncharted, which was remaster since the PS3 days, bro.
Okay.
I don't think it's really fair to compare Coalition and 343 to Naughty Dog or even Insomniac.
Come on.
Because
seriously?
No, hold on. Hear me out on this one. Only because those companies make specifically Halo or Gears. So you can't really compare them to Naughty Dog or Insomniac. It's not fair to in 343 or Coalition to do that.
Well, you go ahead and you keep getting what you get. I'm fine. Like I'm good because this is fine. You go right ahead and say it's not fair. You say that this is fine with you. You accept this. You spend the money.
I'm not saying
Last of Us
no.
2.
No, what I'm saying is it's not fair for you guys to compare those companies together because 343 only makes Halo.
Yeah, because they want to.
Right,
Coalition only makes Gears.
Okay, because they choose to. They didn't. They. Do you think now that at one time, you could look and probably ask the question: is Microsoft forcing their hand? Is anybody need to really ask that question anymore? But now, since the roles is reversed, nobody's asking the question if Sony is forcing them to make these games, or are they choosing to because they feel that this is what they want to do? Do you mean that they want to keep making remake after remake?
No, I don't think they want to do that.
Right.
I'm just saying that I don't think you can compare them because they're different types of companies that have different types of ways of doing things. You just can't compare them.
You stands compare them. Stands compare.
Well, that's not me though. I'm not the one to compare it.
It's still the fact though that when you were right there with other people that were making these same comments about 343 in the Coalition and Turn 10 last gen. That's the thing. So now it's different. Well, they're a different company. No, it's the same thing. It's just that you guys want to find a reason to try to sugarcoat anything. And you know what? That's fine. Sugarcoat your ass off because the house is burning and it's just going to, and it's going to get worse because none of you guys really want to address it like it needs to be addressed. That's your business. That's
play
your
the
business.
next one.
Yeah. That's it.
Play the next one I gave you.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right.
It's in the same one.
All right. Okay. So let me go ahead and get it. I mean, that's your business. You want to do that? You talking about this?
Yeah. Oh yes. Let's play it loud. Play it proud.
Let's go ahead and let's turn this part up. All right.
Oh hell.
I don't think the audio's working.
And they're pandering to that. So people are going to read this. Well, okay, that means they're just going to focus back to single player narrative games. That's what I want. That's what I always wanted them to do anyway. Oh, no problem for me. This is great news to me. A bunch of you bald bozers are going to say that. I didn't want this anyway. Back to single player games, which is great. Dick suckers. And they're.
So that's what Am was talking about, what he was saying. Listen,
Yeah, I heard that one, and I have a problem with it because of the fact that for me personally, I don't care about multiplayer. So for me, that's why I said what I said on Twitter. So you can't put everybody in the same boat as everybody else. There's going to be people who just don't like multiplayer who are going to say, I don't give a fuck about factions. And I've said that all night. So
well, that's just you saying that you don't care. But
right.
There's other people out there that's capping and saying because of the fact that it's a PlayStation game, even if they don't like multiplayer, like J-Dub, he was saying faction's gonna make it out before Starfield. Remember this post?
Was he?
And
I don't even look at J-Dub. I don't even look half the time. I don't even look at any of the PlayStation.
Let's not forget our very special guest that you were kissing ass to, King Thrash. I mean, let's revisit, let's reminisce about the shit talking that he was talking with factions coming out. Oh, when we were telling them it was going to be put on ice, that means it's canceled. And he's like, "Well, who did you hear it from? Huh? Well, where did you get that from?"
I even pointed out the tweet that they put out that it was put on ice.
And he's like, "Where did they get that from? Huh? Where did they get that from? Dumbass."
No, he did actually agree with the tweet that I put out there that I said. He did. I remember that episode, dude. I remember that episode.
I had to
I don't think some of you guys remember that episode as much as I do.
Right. Well, let me read this from Coleman, because I mean, like the excuses are just divine. You know what I'm saying? Well, Naughty Dog has a new IP that they've been focusing on besides The Last of Us for exactly the same reasons I said. Look at Naughty Dog's history. The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 2. Hold on, let me get this in my way. The Last of Us 2 will be the last with a new IP taking over, like history before Jak and Daxter.
God.
I got a PlayStation. We just talked to a PlayStation person that was like, "Where is Jak and Daxter? Why is there another?" And this is the one thing too that's cracking me up. Okay, this new IP, is it going to come out before The Last of Us 3? Yes or no? It's not. It won't. The Last of Us 3 will be, like you just said, The Last of Us 3 is going to be the finale or whatever. And so therefore, you got to, and when will The Last of Us 3? There's no dates for that. Will it come out?
Spoiler alert, Ellie dies.
You know what I'm saying? No. I mean, come on, man. Stop this. This is, you know what? If you can't keep the same energy, then why are you even here? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the most fakest stand-up just bullshit that I've seen. And it just, you put your head in the sand, you whine and cry, you talk about what Xbox needs to do, but you cannot man up or woman up and talk about what PlayStation is doing. You think that... Yo, there's facts. Go ahead.
I agree with you on the fact that there are a lot of PlayStation stands on Twitter who were going off on this. And for me personally, I was just like, after like a few that I saw, I was just like, I don't care at that point. Because to be honest, like, if anything, Factions 2, I don't think would have done well anyways. To be honest, I don't think it would have done well. I don't think people would have. The fan base of people who played Faction, yes, wanted it. But I don't think
that never gave
I think the ones
opportunity to them. They didn't
the ones
get a
who
chance
were
to see if they wanted it or
the
not.
ones who were capping online and saying, "Oh yeah, we want factions too." They never even played factions 1.
Right.
So it's like you're capping for something you never even played. You want something that's not even that doesn't even exist in your realm at all. So for me, it was like, huh? Why are you saying that this game is going to be so grand and so great, but yet you've never played it? And I see that for a lot of the PlayStation games. Don't get me wrong. I see it for a lot of the PlayStation games. I do. I see it for Forspoken. I saw it for Spider-Man 2. I saw it for I saw more Xbox dudes playing Spider-Man 2 than I did freaking PlayStation fans.
Well, that's tragic. That's tragic.
Mm-hmm. Very tragic.
And we see already now that there's more Xbox players playing Baldur's Gate 3 than PlayStation. PlayStation had it three
and PlayStation guys were out there clamoring that they were getting Baldur's Gate 3
as an exclusive.
Right.
And it doesn't. And clearly, it's selling on Xbox. Yeah, I know. I saw some people saying, "Oh, it should come to Game Pass," but I didn't see a ton of people saying that. I didn't see I didn't see him in droves saying that. I saw maybe 1 or 2 people saying, "Oh yeah, it should come to Game Pass," but those are the people that are like, they might not, have the finances at the point, with whatever their situation is, So yeah, maybe they would do want it on Game, but the game honestly is worth buying. Clearly, it's worth buying because people on Xbox are buying it, and people on PlayStation didn't buy it. I know because I bought it. I put 134 hours into that game, and where is Face 23 Brooklyn, who said you ain't gonna put any hours into that game to me? When I put 134 hours into that game, where's his time? And he said he was going to get it on PlayStation. And said he was going to finish it. Where is it?
No, you're right.
PlayStation gamers don't buy games like I do.
Well, the content creators surely don't. But
well, yeah, because they get them for free.
They get them for free, and the media gets them for free. That's why they go. Like, it makes no sense. You don't have to say Xbox tax. You don't have to say any of that, right? But you can't see. But you know what I'm saying. But there is definitely some bullshit going on. You don't have to like Xbox whatsoever.
I'm coming around on the Xbox tax a little bit here and there because I have seen some bullshit this week that I was all like,
Where's the media? Where's the media talking about this whole situation in full draw? Like, if this was 343 canceling the multiplayer for Halo.
That's what I said earlier, bro.
It would have been a whole different type of fiasco.
Right. I said this earlier on my podcast. They're still talking about Starfield.
Yeah.
They're still talking about Starfield, but let's just forget about the showcase that was PlayStation, the disappointing showcase. Let's forget about, the one game that they came out with this year happened to be one of Insomniac's most buggy. Let's forget about, just Destiny and Bungie and the hack of Insomniac, and now we have this Last of Us cancellation, and it's just like whispers.
Let me read this for you. If people don't think that there's something going on at PlayStation, let me just read this. Connie Booth gets fired. Team walks out. Multiple layoffs across the studios. PlayStation VR 2 no longer a priority. Jim Ryan retires. 6 out of the 12 gas games canceled. Since 2019, high revenue, low operating income. Faction 2 canceled. No first-party roadmap. First-party studios incapable of diversifying their content. 200 handhelds sold to increase engagement on a system that should be leading in engagement. PSN price increase, the highest tier, $40 per year. But you don't want to worry about PlayStation, and you're more concerned about like you said, Starfield, and if Blade is exclusive. There has been so many smoke and mirrors from stands for so many years that they still think that they can do this, when in all actuality, I think more and more true PlayStation gamers are seeing the light. Fahim, he's a troll. He doesn't care. He probably was capping for Baldur's Gate 3, and he ain't even sniff of what he probably didn't even look at the gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Or I could be wrong. He could have bought it. But regardless, the fact of it is that, you know, when these people come in here and troll, you know what I'm saying? No, he might, who knows? But listen, you cannot come out and tell me that PlayStation is cooking in a good way, and then look at all the stuff. And then this is not even, and then this list that I was reading from Post Up, it's not even adding the hacking that happens, the situation where Sony is getting sued by two different entities. The you know what I'm saying? They're getting looked at by the CMA, and they're getting looked at by the US government about how their practices is going. They're also getting looked at for the stuff that they're for games not being put up on the internet
Third-party
for
websites.
cheaper, for third-party websites. And then they do a price increase during Christmas. I mean, during the holidays. What the hell? Like, if you are the market leader, which you are the market leader, you would think that there would be a little less strain on the consumer.
Well, they think that they don't have to. That's the problem, is that they think that they don't have to do. They think that they're going back to PlayStation 3 days, the beginning of PlayStation 3 days, where they think that they can't be touched. And something needs to happen to where they get taken down a peg.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. People ain't buying their games. Man, I'm gonna tell you this right now. And this, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Rebirth don't sell well, you can forget about ever having this deal with this deal with Square Enix and Sony over here with this exclusivity stuff. This stuff is, man.
Yeah, if Rebirth doesn't sell,
if it does the same amount as
or less,
Final, I think it will do. Personally, I think it will do more. But if it doesn't come close or do better than Final Fantasy remakes, Final Fantasy VII remake, that is a travesty. And that also tells you that there's a fatigue there. Just like there will be a fatigue for The Last of Us 3. There will be a fatigue there. People, you know, when you got PlayStation fans, it's like, man, let me get some Siphon Filter. Let me get a little bit of this. Let me get a little bit of that. And you keep just giving them more and more of the same stuff. It's going to weigh on the customer to a point to where, look, man, I'm willing to be down for PlayStation, but damn, you raised the price on games for me. Now you raised the price on the console for me. Now you about to have another, you got a mid refresh that's coming. You got a slim version, but then that's higher than the competition. But now you're going to have a pro version.
Actually, they don't even call it the slim version. They just call it the PlayStation 5.
Right.
They don't even sell it as a slim.
Right, because people, when they see slim, they come with this thought process that it's going to be cheaper, and it's slightly cheaper, but not, you know, and then they're going to have this.
It's cheaper made, but it's not cheaper in price.
Bro, it is the most incredible. They nickel and dime. And then another thing that y'all was talking about too, that I completely forgot about until now, that was also problematic, is that they're nickel and diming their fan base to the point to where when you bought a console, the accessibility feature should be free because you invested your money, your hard-earned money, for those accessibility features in your controller, in the console, and everything else. They're charging you more for that, because
you're breaking up.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Yeah, so okay. Yeah, well, you should be privileged for this situation to where they that you get these games Did you get to play these games with these dual shock features and things like that?
Well, that's what I'm saying
That shit
is
already
that they're
happened.
going back to that
Yeah,
PlayStation
it's
3
crazy.
era
It's
where
crazy. It's
where
crazy.
they're just going back to that PS3 era where they got a big head and they think that they're the best and they think that they're on top and they're going to stay there. And I think something more drastic needs to happen to take them down more than just a peg. More, it has to be something that really just knocks it out of the park for them, and they're like, oh shit, we need to step it up and do something about it.
Yeah, no,
But at this moment, they don't feel like they need to because they're selling consoles, they're selling their handheld Portal crap, and then they're selling, they're clearly not selling the games because the gamers aren't. So, but they're selling consoles and they're selling the freaking.
Yeah,
they're selling the Portal and they're selling that stuff, but I don't understand why they're not selling the games. I don't understand why they're not selling Spider-Man should have sold way more than what it did.
Absolutely.
To be honest.
Absolutely. That tells you like
Baldur's Gate 3 should have sold more than what it did.
Right.
And it didn't.
It didn't. And that's the thing. Like,
what was it, $850K or something like that bought it?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know,
nothing.
Man. It's something for the studio that made it, but it's
it is. It definitely is because Larian definitely deserves everything that they've gotten thus far because they've made a fantastic game. But it's sad to see. It is concerning to see. I am concerned. Don't get me wrong on anything that I'm saying. Like, I am concerned about PlayStation. At this moment because we don't know what's coming out next year. The only thing we know of is just third-party exclusive stuff. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Helldivers is not exclusive to PlayStation. It's not first party. That's third party.
Actually, it is exclusive to PlayStation.
No, it's exclusive. Yeah, it's exclusive to PlayStation, but I mean in terms of first party. It's not a first party. Oh. No, it's first party. It's second party, I think.
To PlayStation and PC though, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's second party. And then you got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which isn't exclusive to PlayStation. Well, it's exclusive to their console, but
it's not a first party exclusive.
It's not a first party game. Rise of the Ronin's not a first party game.
Nope.
Where are their first party games? They're basically sailing on the coattails of third party right now.
Well, 100%, and that's like one of like the big issues to me is because like what happens when third party slows down?
Oh, when Xbox get those third party.
No, see, I don't think Xbox is going to do that. Do as much as what they've been doing. I think they're going to start honing in what they have, which I think would be the best idea. I mean, I'm not a $1 trillion company, so maybe it isn't, but I personally think that the best idea right now is, I mean, especially you just purchased a squad that was running rampant, right? So let's get them under control first. You just said, not you, but they said that that they're trying to scale back developers like Toys for Bob and stuff like that from Call of Duty. They just opened up international location for or like a new location somewhere, I think in Europe or like Poland or something like that. Europe as well. But for Infinity Ward, and they also just opened up one in Austin as well. And I think that's to alleviate some of the development for people that shouldn't be developing Call of Duty, right? So I'm starting to see some of the movement of ABK within Microsoft, and it's interesting. Yeah, man. It's just really interesting to look over across the aisle at PlayStation, and it's just like it seems like you're not producing much other than hardware right now, and you're losing more people than you're gaining. So how is it that you guys are confident I'm talking to the fans. I don't understand how they're confident in Sony right now, because it's just like things are looking a
Because
little
they're blind
dire.
or they're capping.
100%, right? So it's just like, yeah, I don't understand how you're saying, oh, it's okay, it's fine. It's okay and it's fine if you haven't played a lot of games and maybe you're new.
Right.
But like, if you've been around for a hot minute and you are one of these people online every time saying, "Oh, I picked up this game and I buy all my games," and PlayStation is knocking it out the park. I'm just kind of wondering, like, is that tone the same as it was just a year ago? Because let's be honest, it's really only this year that we've looked at PlayStation in this regard. Last year, it looked like PlayStation was firing on all cylinders. And we're like, yo, y'all just dropped a new Horizon, Gran Turismo, God of War.
God of War. Yeah.
You guys had some phenomenal games last year, right?
They even had some indies too. They had some Sifu and stuff like that weren't necessarily exclusive to their console, but they were timed,
Exactly. But I think where the air got really let out the tire, it wasn't something like Forspoken. It was the showcase.
Right.
100%. That's where the air got let out of the tire, because everybody was like, well, we know Spider-Man's coming, and they haven't had a showcase in a few years now that was like this, extravagant. So we can't wait. And you show up at the showcase, and no disrespect to the games that were there, but a lot of them weren't like super high top tier games. There was a few of them in there, like Dragon's Dogma. That's gonna be hot.
Oh yeah,
right.
But that's third party.
Yeah, but that's third party, right?
Exactly. There's a few games up in there to be pretty excited about, but it's just like, when you sat and thought about, okay, Sony, you brought me here to listen to what you have. I could have seen most of this stuff, and most of that stuff ended up being in Keeley's shows as well. So it was like, why did you gather us all here for today? Because even in Keeley's show, he showed Spider-Man. So what are we
Xbox
even
was
doing?
savage and was throwing those third parties and saying that those was coming to Xbox too, right after the show.
Oh yeah, during the show.
Yeah, during the show. So
it was crazy. So I just don't know where this fake confidence is coming from, because there's a problem. You absolutely know there's a problem when excuse me, when your year was so boring that you're expecting an Xbox game to be to come to your platform. That is a problem.
Or that you claim
that to me didn't make it
as an exclusive, or you claim or you claiming a third party game that that's not exclusive as an exclusive in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, that was weird when they did that. When they were sitting there saying that, oh, Baldur's Gate 3 is exclusive to PlayStation, I was just like,
they said it's gonna beat out Starfield.
And I was just like, none of you all are gonna buy that. I already know for a fact none of you are gonna buy that. And clearly I was right, because none of them did.
It's
I was one of them though.
Well, no, I mean, sure, but I mean, listen, the problem is overall is that, like, listen, even when like people would say, well, Mega, you cap for Xbox, when Xbox was in their worst situation, but I admitted
cap for Xbox when they were in their worst.
Yeah, but I would say positive things. Of course,
you still cap for Xbox all the time, every day.
If Xbox does something I don't like, I post it or I'll mention it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I don't.
Just not that long ago, you were pissed about the controller situation.
I was hot.
Yeah, you were.
Hit up Phil Spencer about it. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't be taking those steps back. And people's like, man, chill. It's just a controller. No, you don't understand. It's my money I put behind this, and so you all need to be doing something. And so now here's a controller, an Xbox fighting controller that's there. Of course, they've already had that in the pipeline, but they should have just sit there and like, man, just chill, relax. We working on it. We understand this situation, but still, I still got to buy the controller. It's not like I'm going to get it for free. Now I don't know. Hold on, Phil. Sarah Bond, you know what I'm saying? You know, listen. I know some of y'all listen to this podcast, so come on, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want, Aaron, y'all want to slide me a little something, I ain't gonna say
pass
nothing.
it this way too. Pass it this way too. Come on now.
So you know what I'm saying? But no, go ahead and send that on to OK Mega. But anyway, but no,
I'd like to test out the Series Elite 3.
The one thing that's you know that why I don't understand why people aren't concerned is because Xbox is communicating what they're going to do and what they're doing for next year and years beyond. But PlayStation isn't communicating at all. When was the last time we saw something from PlayStation? We haven't seen a state of play in what?
August or September?
August?
It was August or September. Yeah,
it was.
And that was really specifically only really for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what? I mean, are they going to do something in the beginning of the year next year? Probably not. What are they going to wait until their next showcase, which will probably be in like September or something like that?
Well, no, they'll have one before E3.
You think they'll actually have one before E3, or
yeah.
They'll do the same thing that they did this year and the year before that, where they had it after Xbox.
They'll have a state of play to talk about the games that are releasing either that month or about a couple of months. That's what they'll have, and it'll be specifically about that game. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, they'll probably have that in January, and then you'll see that
Soul Aside will be shown. Stellar Blade will be shown.
Right, they'll do a state of play for individual games, and maybe they'll do a third party thing. But in terms of like the big blowout showcase of everything, I don't see that happening, because first of all, who's going to be the one in charge of it? Jim Ryan's not in charge of it.
Be the new.
It'll be that. It'll be that intermittent CEO probably.
Right.
Okay.
But even then,
what will he have to show for it? Because the thing is, he's canceled all 12. No, not all 12. He canceled about 6 of those.
Yeah.
Actually, now it's going to be 7 because of factions. He's canceled 7 live service games now. So you tell me, what does he have to show for it? Because if you're going to say Wolverine, that ain't enough.
I think they put all their cards in. That's the problem. I think they put all their cards in live service and third party exclusive, and didn't think about, oh, that's right, we're really good at making first party exclusive single player games.
So once again, what do they have to show for it?
Just third party. That's it.
Yeah, they will have something.
Their third party deals or whatever.
Yeah, the marketing. But the problem is that, and then they won't have COD to market this coming up next year.
No, they will not.
But again, all these games that we mentioned, except for the exception of Final Fantasy Rebirth, will be. You know what I'm saying? Those other games are not going to be high-end sellers. The last Ronin.
Yeah, Rise of the Ronin is not going to be a high seller.
No, the Helldivers is not going to be a high seller.
Helldivers is definitely not going to be a high seller.
Soul Aside is not going to be a big seller. Stellar Yams might do pretty good because people want her thickness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Stellar Blade will probably sell well just because of that alone.
Yeah.
That'll sell well probably on that. But
LA Yams, wow.
Yeah, them yams, boy. But yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you, K Mega. I don't see how, outside of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, they're gonna even have any inkling of being able to sell any of these games at all.
Give me a room. Okay, so we know PlayStation don't operate like this, but give us, Dark, an idea of what Sony could bring that would be their big IP going into the end of 2024. Or people on the panel,
The only
give me an idea.
Yeah, Wolverine is the only thing that that we know of that they have at this moment.
But people are saying that's going to be 2025. No,
Last of Us 2
They have
remastered.
Last of Us 2 remastered, but that's the thing. Like the only thing that we can even remotely think of that they would come out during the holiday season would be Wolverine. But that's the thing. Like I think that game's not going to come out until 2025, anyways.
Right.
So it's like during
it's in trouble in 2025 because what is in 2025?
GTA 6.
There you go.
Right.
So
But
everybody's
also,
avoid that like the plague.
It depends. It depends on when GTA 6 comes out too.
At the end of the
so
year, most
if it comes out at the end of the year, they're definitely like PlayStation. PlayStation will definitely have to come out with Wolverine before GTA 6 comes out.
First of all, Sony is not going to release it in 2025 due to the fact that they are not going to be able to win Game of the Year. So I can tell you right now, they're going to push for 2024, or they may delay it to 2026. Because if GTA comes out, I guarantee you, every other game, they will not win any damn award.
GTA might get delayed until 2026 when the PlayStation.
I can see that because they've delayed. They at least do one delay.
I think that they'll work it out to where Wolverine will come out, and then whatever other big title that will be coming out for PlayStation. Because I mean, maybe it will be a flood of games to come out from PlayStation, but it just won't be the games that people are expecting it. It'll be probably half of those gas games that did get allowed. So it'll probably be 3 gas games, and then the games that we mentioned, and maybe a surprise, but it ain't going to be anything like Bloodborne 2 or anything like that, what the people want. And I also make this point too, and we'll be done with this topic, but I think they've been working on factions since 2014. They've been bleeding money into this, right?
Yeah.
And so this is my thought process on it. You go ahead and once you canceled that after putting all those resources behind it, that tells me that they bleeding for money for something, because normally you would think that like, oh man, well, let's just keep it going. Let it cook in the oven a little bit longer. We put too much into this. Why don't we go ahead and just let it cook and then give it some years? I think that they needed those resources to go for, marketing deal, or to work on another IP to kind of maybe rush it along to come out a little bit quicker. That's what I'm saying. Like this whole thing about factions, they were too confident at first when they first started talking about factions 2. Then it got a little flaky, and then now then they turn into this deceptive way to it, and then all of a sudden we're canceled. It's just abrupt. You know what I mean?
So
it's kind of weird.
Mega,
it's kind of weird.
Here's the thing. Why would they do all of these remaster remake things? Because it's a little bit too convenient that you bring out the remaster /
because they don't have anything else. That's why.
Right, but if they're working on this, why would you bring out something that you're not supposed to be working on? You're working on factions, the multiplayer, but you decide, oh, let's work on the remake of Last of Us 1, Part 1 and Part 2. Shouldn't you be working on factions instead? Shouldn't you be working on the game that you promised would come out at the release of Last of Us 2? That was in 2020?
Maybe the situation with Bungie, the way that they kind of told them, nah, this ain't going to work. And then they got kind of pissed off about this because Jim Ryan was listening to maybe to Bungie because they know online games.
But if this was supposed to come out in 2020, before even Bungie was a twinkling in their eye, if this came out in 2020, there wouldn't be this issue.
Oh no!
So something is wrong on their part.
Yeah,
they can't make a multiplayer game.
Well, they also counted on Starfield being because they had the marketing for they had the marketing for Starfield, and they were going to make it exclusive. So that also, and then they also had other couple of games that they were going to have exclusive, and I think
Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo.
Well, I think there was more that was coming from Bethesda, and you know what I'm saying, Bethesda, and then of course they had that deal with Activision where it was that 80-20 split for however much Sony got out of that, and so they've lost a whole bunch of revenue, and now they got to pay Microsoft 70%. So so that anyway, that's crazy, man. It's some crazy shit. Anyway, all right, let's move on this.
One thing Chris said that I wanted to bring up real quick was about Concord coming out in 2024, and I'm interested in seeing what that game actually is. Because we still don't know anything outside of the burger shaking on the ship.
Yeah, the burger
and whatnot. So like I really want to see what the whole point of that game
Maybe
is.
It's a multiplayer burger game.
So it's a futuristic burger time.
Exactly.
It's burger time 2024. Is that what you're saying? Oh man.
Or it could be another Sneak King. You remember Sneak King from Burger King?
Man, my ex's kids love that.
What I love about that is that people ate up that trailer, right? But when it came to Starfield, like, what is this game?
Right.
What is it?
Right. Yeah, that was nothing but just CG trailer.
It's clearly a space game.
Right. But anyway. All right, let's move on from this.
Super chat.
Oh, I got a super chat. Okay, well, let me read this from Angela Zell. You know what I'm saying? 7. He says, greetings, y'all. He says, I'm late again. He said, which is down face. He said, just had my 36th birthday on the 14th. You know what I'm saying? So happy birthday. He says, season's greetings to everybody.
Happy
Christmas
birthday.
had blew my wallet. Hey, no problem, brother. No problem at all, man. We do appreciate you coming through. Yeah, we know. I mean,
Christmas
shit, my wallet is Christmas, holidays.
Wait, you sure you're reading the correct super chat?
Did you read the actual super chat?
No, I'm finna read it right now. I just was reading until he said happy birthday.
Okay.
He said great show, dudes. He said great show, dudes. He said I can't wait till Persona 3 Reloaded. Yeah, and like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on my Series X. Happy Christmas and New Year, y'all. No doubt. And we're gonna have to have you come on to the show, man. We will definitely talk about that when we come back next year. So in 2024. So yeah, we'll get back to bringing guests and stuff. So there's no issue with that. And I talked to the Husky Hokage.
Okage.
I said it. Okage. I said Okage.
Second time you did.
Yeah, I had to get it right. But you know what I'm saying? When you said the proper word ho, that changed everything. Okage. I love it. Anyway, so shout out to the Husky Hokage. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go, K-Mac. Look at his vocabulary. I'm so proud of you.
That's right, man.
Oh my God. He's no longer country.
Boys are coming up.
Oh, I'm still country. Don't get that all twisted. I'm a country.
He's definitely coming out of his countryness.
Hell no. Country
Not by
boy.
much, but a little.
Y'all gonna make me run out in this mud and jump and slide in it because it's raining, and then go back in the house, take a shower. Anyway.
Hey, if you do happen to do that and get a little dirty, just know that you got the wiper.
I got the wiper. You right. I can go ahead and I can call up my brother.
Bastards.
I got your number.
Is he the wiper with the diaper this time, or is he the wiper?
No, he better not come to my house to wipe me with a diaper on. That ain't how we do it.
Look at him, he get the glove on, the wiper.
The wiper.
Oh man.
Okay, so 2023 review.
What you doing with them?
No.
If you start seeing him put lube on his fingers,
that man right there. And also, that's the nasty wiper. Anyway,
that's checking your prostate right there.
Oh man. But okay, so the year in review. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is the last show for the year, so I got one more thing that I think is going to be pretty interesting after this. But I want to get your thoughts on the year overall, game wise. I know some people look at 2023 as the best year in a very long time. If some says that this is the best year in gaming, I want to get your thoughts about it. So, Ham Solo, your thoughts about the review. Give me your review for 2023, man. Give me your highlights and give me the the vegetables with the sweet. Give me the bad and the good.
Yeah, I thought this year was surprisingly busy. A lot of games going on, a lot of things ending up in the backlog that I really want to play, that I'll somehow get around to at some point. Um, it's been I'm gonna kind of break it down per console, I guess. So I'm gonna go with the Nintendo first. I was
Mm-hmm.
pretty surprised with how much I actually ended up liking Tears of the Kingdom. It was a really good game. Nintendo definitely showed out. I believe didn't they have the remaster of
Metroid.
Metroid?
Metroid come
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
as well
Yep.
this year? So so they've kind of been doing what Nintendo does. They hit you with a few home runs and kind of keep it moving. And they have me more excited for Nintendo in the future than I was the previous year. So shout out to Nintendo for doing really well. As for PlayStation, I feel like we went over a lot of it today in the
Yeah.
show already.
Yeah.
They had more hardware than they did games, which was
Let-
disappointing.
Mm.
But I will go on ahead and say that Spider-Man was a wonderful game. Just wish that it came with a little bit more to do in it. I thought being able to take care of every single thing in the game and to get that 100%, 26 hours. I understand Insomniac's been making some fairly quick games to go through. So because Ratchet and Clank was the same, Ratchet and Clank was
Yeah.
fairly short.
Yeah.
Miles Morales was fairly short. The original Spider-Man
Was not.
was not super short, but I'm not going to say it was crazy longer than Spider-Man 2. It does have DLC and stuff like that, so I'm hoping as they continue to build for Spider-Man and this upcoming update, that's supposed to bring New Game Plus, they continue and have some sort of team work on it to bring out some DLC because I want to see more of what will happen with Miles as he is now the Spider-Man of New York. Forspoken was a pretty good game. So far, I'm enjoying it. I still need to get back on that. That's another one of the backlog games there. But I
Oh.
mean, I just want to see more from PlayStation. I want them to be a little louder. I want them to direct better and have more of a roadmap set for us fans. And also from the community, I just want to see them, keep it a buck. Be honest about what we're dealing with right now with Sony so they can, I mean, I want Xbox to be at the top spot, right? But if Sony can push and try to keep that top spot and come out with some explosive, dope games, that's only going to make Xbox better. So, like, I really want to see that competition raise up, get higher, get better. I don't want it to be where Sony has a bad 2-3 years or something like that than Xbox, because you already see some of the way that Xbox is moving. They're getting a little confident in some areas, and it's not exactly like something I'm stoked about in all aspects. Like they already raised the price of Game Pass, which is one thing. So I might as well go on ahead and transition to Xbox now as the last thing I'm going to talk about. Xbox has had a phenomenal year. It was one of their loudest years that they've had. 2021 was a very loud year as well, but this year I felt like brought a lot of success while being loud at the same time, which was extremely interesting. Seeing them get ABK, seeing them drop Starfield, looking good. Also had some bad. Redfall wasn't looking so good. Like I just said, they raised the price of Game Pass. Do you like it or not? A price raise of any kind stinks. I mean, no one wants to pay more money. Seeing the rewards for Xbox get dumbed down, not cool. not great at all. So there's that. Also, just some of the messaging from Xbox. I understand they're doing their business thing and whatnot, but um, I feel like they're playing the field a little bit. Where you would be rest assured previously from Xbox, they're kind of playing with people's feelings a little bit. And sure, that's causing a stir and making people a little more interested in kind of looking over at Xbox. But at the same time, it's just like we've kind of been through enough the last several years. We don't want to worry about shit anymore. We just want to see you guys come out and do stuff. I put a lot of time into this game that Game Mega got showing on the screen, Starfield. That's not my time. I actually put in more time than him in Starfield. But K Mega wasn't no slouch either. He put in his work on Starfield.
Yes,
Phenomenal games. Forza was a really good game as well. Hi-Fi Rush was an absolute surprise. Developer direct and them talking about wanting to possibly continue to do that, which I think they will be doing. And we may see a little something about South of Midnight early in 2024.
let's go.
So I feel like Xbox, out of all three of the platforms, either all of them have some sort of roadmap. Xbox came outside and said, yeah, we know that we're not in first or even second, but we're outside and we're playing hard, real hard. So like, it's been a wonderful year for gaming all in all. I'd give it, I mean, was it the best year ever in gaming in my opinion? I'm still going to say no. I'm still going to say no on that, but I will say that it's a top 5 year in gaming. And I mean, I've never seen such stiff competition for game of the year.
Yeah.
Than this year, where everybody where you can talk to you can talk to almost anybody on this panel and maybe just on Twitter and stuff like that, and you'll get different answers all over the place for what was your game of the year. Some people are going to say Alan Wake, some people are going to say Starfield, some people are going to say Baldur's Gate, a lot of people are going to say Baldur's. Some people are going to say Spider-Man, some people are going to say Legends of Zelda. I'm forgetting games. Zelda, Hogwarts, Diablo. I mean, it was just it was insane in the sense of the quality of the games. But I'd still say it's probably about third place on my list of gaming years of all time. I'm done.
All right. Okay. All right. As you can see, I'll show those stats. Well, can some of you stands let us know? You know what I'm saying? The time played. What does that say? Top 2%. Top 2%. That's my number 2 right there. Top 10. Top 10% right there. That's right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Starfield. Yeah. Starfield right there, bro. What were we talking about? Top 5%. Top 5%. Ham had a lead on me. I was on vacation. I come back. Everybody, you had a lead on me with Starfield. Like you had a whole. Well, yeah, because I kept. I mean, I was gonna catch up. I lost.
You said I had a lead on that. That's
okay. My bad.
I know your vocabulary.
That's all right.
Ain't like us Midwest.
I was down by 10. I was down by 10 days. 10 days. I was on vacation for about 10.
By no 10 days.
I started it.
Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Let
top 5%. Let's go. The top 5%, bitches. But K Mega don't game. Anyway, so I just wanted to show them stats. You know what I'm saying? Stans, if you want to show your stats, please let me know. Put it up there. I will definitely do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're just doing what I do when I think. But anyway, let's go on to Dark Optimus. Talk about this year. Look at it. Look, hold on. Let me, before we get to you, Dark. Let's read that. It says, you're in the top 5% of players for hours played. You're in the top 5% of players for game score. You're in the top 5% of players and achievements unlocked. My Lord, man, this man. And I still had time to put hand on ass, touch some grass, and visit my mama while she's sick. Spend time with my mama and kids. that's old as hell. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, all right.
No.
That's right. It's still bust that. Let's go. Dance off, boy. Anyway, Dark. What do you think about 2023? The good, the bad, the ugly, brother.
Okay, so I'm not going to really talk bad about any company.
Okay.
I am going to point out some few things that I was very much disappointed in. I'll start with Nintendo because Nintendo is going to be the easiest for me because they fucking killed it this year. They killed it. They not only had Metroid Prime Remastered, which I never got to play. I never got to play Metroid Prime. They also had Bayonetta, the storybook origin.
Last year.
No, Bayonetta, the storybook origin.
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Bayonetta Origins.
Yeah.
I played that. That was phenomenal. I liked that game. They had Tears of the Kingdom. They had Super Mario Wonder. They had Super Mario RPG. They had several different indie games. They had Octopath Traveler 2. I mean, yeah, granted, that did come to PlayStation. Actually, I think it released on the same day. But they had so many great experiences this year from that company that it's hard for me to even say that they had something that was bad, to be honest. I'm gonna leave PlayStation for last because I got a lot to say on PlayStation. Xbox didn't really disappoint me that much. They disappointed me. The only things that they disappointed me on their first party, only for the simple fact that Redfall I didn't like, which I was more excited for that game than I was for Starfield. The Starfield was okay for me. It wasn't like something that I was like, oh my god, I fucking love this game. So it wasn't something that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go home and play Starfield, or whatever. I didn't have that feeling with that game. Hi-Fi Rush, on the other hand, now that game, I beat that game in like, I think 2 days. I beat that game because I was just like, I was running through it, man. I couldn't wait to get home to play that game. That game was so awesome. I loved that game, and I'm not even a rhythm like type of person. Like, I don't really like rhythm games and stuff like that.
Got no rhythm.
Yeah.
But that game was like awesome. I loved that game. Anything that Tango Gameworks does, I'm there for. I mean, even when they did,
They taught them how to tango.
when they did, what they did Ghostwire Tokyo, that was fantastic. And then they did, Hi-Fi Rush, so that was fantastic. But for me, like where they hit on all cylinders for Xbox is putting games in Game Pass, right? Like the games that came to Game Pass in 2023 were pretty on point. Like they had Atomic Heart day one. They had
Talk about it.
they had what else did they have? They had Sea of Stars day one. They had they had Wulong day one, they just had so many games that came into Game Pass that were, Cocoon, they had that game. Shoot, man, I forgot about that game.
Benjamin
that game
Fox.
I didn't play that one. I haven't played that one yet. The Benedict Fox one. I should probably play it, but I haven't downloaded it yet.
Ravenlock was fantastic.
They brought that out there.
Yo,
I played that. I played that.
Yep.
I played Ravenlock. I liked the game, but I wasn't like, wasn't something I wanted to play at the time. So I'll probably go back and give it a chance. I mean, that's the beauty of Game Pass, right? Like, I don't feel bad if I delete a game off of my console because it's just like, I either didn't like it or I just didn't have time for it. Whatever. But yeah, I think Microsoft definitely hit it with third party quite a bit with them coming to Game Pass. So they definitely were a highlight of the year. Now
Remnant
PlayStation.
2? Ooh.
Yeah, Remnant 2 came to Xbox, even though I played that on PlayStation
Tactica,
when it came out.
Like a Dragon Gaiden. Ooh.
Yeah, Like a Dragon Gaiden, that was day one.
And Ishin.
Ishin was day one, but that was definitely came out in
Mega
2023.
polishing up some Killer Instinct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was on
Can
my
you really
list,
say?
too.
Can you really say K Mega polishing up on Killer?
Oh yeah,
No,
you
I
can.
was talking about Iron Galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh, Iron Galaxy.
Yeah.
Hey, Mega just flopping around in Killer Instinct.
Yeah, I know. He just
A button, A button, A button.
he's flopping around like a
Bag of bones
fish out
in
of
that
water.
game. He waiting
Now
for the wiper.
Now to PlayStation. Oh, and by the way, my game of the year is Tears of the Kingdom. I absolutely love that game. I put 140 some hours into that game. If it wasn't for the Act 3 of Baldur's Gate 3, I probably would have put Baldur's Gate 3 up in there. But nah, Tears of the Kingdom, that game, like, that game put me on that. I was on that game for at least a month or two just playing that game. And it was just, it was such a good time. And then PlayStation, very disappointing in terms of first party. Very disappointing. We only got one game this year. That was Spider-Man, first party wise. That wasn't cool. And then we had Final Fantasy 16, which was good, but it wasn't like the Final Fantasies that I grew up playing and loving. I still give it like I still gave it like an 8 or something like that, or a 9 or something like that, because the combat is good. The combat is what saves that game. The God, and then them coming out with PlayStation VR 2, which I didn't give a shit about. They came out, that was disappointing. They cared more about PlayStation VR than they did about their own first party titles. And then they had God, man, they had so much stuff that was just so disappointing.
Damn.
They had
Sonic,
they literally were riding on the coattails of third party this year. I mean, most of the games that I played on PlayStation, if you look at my PlayStation year in review, which I played mostly on PlayStation, I will admit that, it literally, the games that I played were pretty much third party. I gotta look at it. Let me take a look at that real quick. I can pull it up real quick. It's not that big a deal. Baldur's Gate 3, Hogwarts Legacy, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, MLB The Show.
Damn.
MLB The Show, even though it's technically first party, it's still third party because it's on Xbox, it's on Nintendo, it's on PC.
No, we'll consider it first party. We'll consider it first party.
I guess you can, but and then Final Fantasy 16, which isn't first party either. That's third party deal that they did. So, that tells you that I really didn't spend that much time in Spider-Man. I only put like maybe 40 hours into Spider-Man, platinumed it, and I was done. So they definitely had a very disappointing year. Definitely. And I know people are going to be like, how did they have a disappointing year? You played all the games on PlayStation. And I was like, well, they had a disappointing year in terms of first party, in terms of what we're used to from PlayStation. We all we got this year was really just third party games that you can get anywhere. I mean, how many people have I heard say, "Oh, well, Xbox, you can't count that. You can't count that game because it's third party."
Right.
How many times have you guys heard that?
Oh, I heard
Keep
that.
that same energy.
Man, so much.
I hear. Shout out to Porter Rock. He's my boy. I love that dude. He's me and him go back, and I've heard him say, "You guys can't claim third party because it's and yet
he does,
and yet like
I know I've seen it.
So it's like come on, man, like we can't sit here and claim third party as it being exclusive. Like you just can't do that. Like even if it goes to Game Pass, you can't do that. Like because everybody's getting a piece of that pie anyway. So
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Dark, but Chris Coleman in the chat earlier said PS killed 2020. Also, give them time. PlayStation has never been about first party, but what's available.
He's wrong on that one. He's wrong on that.
I think it's about first party, not OG games like me who been here since the NES. And I'm not even mad at him saying that.
No, I'm not. But
like the stands out there,
he's wrong.
Yelling, "Where's your first party lineup?" for years now. So that's really the reason that we're holding y'all to that same exact thing, because we've been saying that, hey, us Xbox gamers, we have stuff to play. We're fine. We're rocking with third party games until the first party games come out, and every time it wasn't good enough. So now we're saying the same thing back, and they're not trying to flip the script, and we're saying, yo, keep that same.
You can't tell you, man. You can't tell me that PlayStation had a great year in first party. You can't tell me that, because that's not true. They didn't. But they only had one game.
It don't matter though. That's what he's saying.
It don't matter because they had. Well, because you know why they'll say, "Oh, we had and we had Final Fantasy 16." I'm like, those aren't really freaking first party games.
Yeah.
Those aren't first party games.
Forspoken is a time exclusive, and we'll see.
And it's on PC right now.
Right, and then we'll find out about Final Fantasy 16 if that's going to eventually come over to Xbox.
I guarantee
that game might not, but Forspoken definitely
Final Fantasy
will.
16. I think Final Fantasy 16 is going to come to Xbox. I definitely think it's coming to Xbox because it didn't sell well on PlayStation. Because those dudes didn't buy it. I bought it. I played it.
They disbanded the studio.
No. That's for Forspoken.
Yeah, Forspoken Luminous Productions is gone.
Yeah, they're gone, but they also disbanded the studio because I posted an article where they said
they disbanded the studio that created Final Fantasy 16. Yeah.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they said so. It's unlikely that there'll be a sequel to Final Fantasy 16.
No more Nicklets.
Well, there wasn't none of those in Final Fantasy 16 anyway. So
my whole thing is that you can't tell me, you can't sit here, even though yes, I played a lot of
Niggles, yes.
You can't sit here and tell me. Yes, I played a lot of games on PlayStation, but you can't tell me that PlayStation had a great year. You can't tell me that. Because granted, I played the games, and you can check my stats on those games, but most of y'all didn't play them. Most of y'all didn't do any of that.
Hit them with it, man.
And you guys were sitting there clamoring for these games and saying, "Oh yeah, we got Baldur's Gate 3." Only 850,000 people played that game or bought that game on PlayStation.
How many PlayStations are out there? 40 some thousand.
There's over 40. I think it's like 45 or 40 something. It's in the 40s. I know it's in the 40s. Man. Like, come on, man! You cannot sit here and tell me that PlayStation had. Yeah, it's probably closer to 50 because people are buying the console, but they're not buying the games. What are they buying it for? What are you
Call of
buying
Duty.
PlayStation
Watch
for?
movies.
Madden,
To watch movies.
NBA 2K,
Call of Duty, Madden. That's it.
No, to watch
Fortnite.
movies.
movies.
And then you wonder why PlayStation isn't pouring their heart and soul into these first-party single-player games anymore. Stop capping on fucking Twitter and play these goddamn games, and stop fucking saying shit on Twitter. Stop saying shit on Twitter and saying crap on Twitter and talking shit on Twitter, and you're not even out here playing these games.
Damn.
Just stop it.
Let's go. Man, my man
All right, I'm
out
done.
in his hard body, right?
I'm done.
I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that.
I'm done, man. I'm so done with these fucking people sitting here saying, "Oh, well, you know, I work for a living." Dude, motherfucker, I have a job too, and I put over 1,000 hours into fucking PlayStation this year.
Bruh.
Don't give me none of that fucking bullshit about, oh, I don't have time to play games. I don't have time. Shut the fuck up. Stop fucking sitting on goddamn Twitter and talking shit and fucking play these games.
You got it, dude.
This
You hit him
man.
with the Michelle. Oh shit.
Well,
This man.
well,
This man
all right.
wild.
I do want to say that I was not, because we didn't know.
And stop dick riding every fucking developer that you see out there
Yeah.
in fucking PlayStation and shit. Stop fucking doing that stuff because it's dumb. You look like an idiot.
Okay.
You look like fucking like I don't even know, man. I'm so frustrated with the fucking PlayStation community. It's not.
God damn.
Ah, damn, boy, the PlayStation man. Let's go ahead and sign this Xbox contract. Get you signed on, boy. Give me that ultimate Xbox prayer package. Let's go ahead and get you on here, man. We got it right here. The book of Xbox. We gonna go ahead and sign you up right now. Where my pen at? Man, this man, he coming on over. Hold on. Let me go ahead. Yeah, let's go. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get this man signed up, man. Go ahead. You ready, Dirk? Here you go, Dirk. We got here. You go ahead and put you on, man. We gonna put you on right here. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go sign on the dotted line.
Bro, like it's almost as if they're just forcing me to go over to play on Xbox at this point.
Come join us. Join the gamers. Join us. We're showing our
Because
stats.
they're not gaming. They're clearly not gaming.
They're not.
If Xbox is outselling Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox, it's in the top one. It's like at the top right now, right? It's like number one.
Yeah, it's number 1, number 2. Yeah.
And you don't even see that? You didn't even see that on PlayStation?
Nope.
When all these fuckers were out here capping for it on Twitter?
Because PlayStation gamers don't play games like Baldur's Gate. It's
Damn.
Xbox and PC.
That's
gamers
not what
that
I
play
heard.
games.
That's not what I was told.
That's true. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow. All right. Okay. Well, yeah, Cole. Okay, I do want to say this. There was a game that I was wondering if it was going to come to Game Pass. I mean, I was going to buy it anyway.
Sorry, K Mega, you're not gonna get any. You're not gonna get any.
I'm not going to get it.
Man.
You said I'm not going to get it. Oh no, I'm not. Yeah,
Not gonna get anybody.
That's a red check. Yeah. All advertisers. Well,
Sorry,
okay,
man.
We're done.
But it
Ad
pisses
revenue's
me
out
off,
the window.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
It's out
not
the
It
window.
pisses me off, man.
Yeah. So if y'all want to help a brother out for Christmas and give me some super chats, I will definitely appreciate it because Dark just took it all. And then so did Viper with the Niglet thing. So that's it. You know what I'm saying? We're done.
Oh,
We're
man.
cooked. We're cooked. I'm cooked. But, yeah.
I didn't even hear him say that. Oh, wow.
He said that, and then Ham said it. So we cooked. I'm cooked.
No, Ham said
Yeah,
Nichols.
yellow to red
nickels.
check mark. Yeah, so yeah, we cooked over here. Yeah, thank you, Final Fantasy 16, for not having our brothers and sisters out there. You know what I'm saying, representing. You know what I'm saying. But anyway,
Dang, man.
I want to thank all of you for your unwavering support for PlayStation.
Oh man, thank you. Oh shit. Oh, shit. All right. Man. Okay. So
He's talking about me. He ain't talking about you, motherfucker.
no, hold on. Wait a minute. Now, I'm going to go last on this, but you know what I'm saying? I got to get Viper on this, but I do want to say, because I've been trying to say this for the last hot minute. I mean, we eventually got to end the show at some point. I know this is the last one for the year, but damn.
With the bang.
Enduring Chronicles. I don't know how to pronounce that first game, but this the
Uden Chronicles.
Yeah,
Uden
Chronicles.
Uden Chronicles.
Uden Chronicles.
I said Uden. I said it. I said Uden.
It could be
No, you're saying
or Euden.
Oh, okay. Say
it's Euden.
Euden.
It's not like it's not Ninja Gaiden. I mean, it's not Ninja Gaiden. It's Ninja Gaiden, bro.
I say Ninja Gaiden. I don't say Ninja. I say Ninja Gaiden. I say Ninja Gaiden. I say Ninja Gaiden.
No, because in the Japanese they say Gaiden. They say Gaiden.
Well, we're American. Listen, I'll buy your game. We can call it whatever the hell we want to after we make that purchase.
No, you cannot be country tonight. Goddamn it.
Damn it. Okay, so Euden Chronicle 100 Heroes, which I'm very excited for, is going to be in Game Pass. I did not know that was going to be. Yeah, day one. I'm just looking at it right now.
The other one was as well, because I bought the first one.
Yeah, I got the first one. Yeah, because I was like, I got to go through
day one too.
Yeah, so anyway, because I was just going through Game Pass and seeing what they have in there. Anyway, and also, I think the sale is still going on for Dead Space.
I got that for $7.99.
For $7.99, I think
the
that's
deluxe
still going
edition.
on. And Mass Effect Legendary Edition is like $4.99 or $7.99 as well. So you need to jump on that.
That is a steal.
Wait a minute, Wild Hearts as well. Wild Hearts as well. The deluxe edition, that is also $7.99.
Oh, I might have to cop that.
I got both.
I played Wild Hearts
and Dead Space. Both the deluxe editions for $7.99.
I'm gonna have to cop that.
Wild Hearts is not Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no,
that's okay. But it's $7.99.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cop that. Anyway,
I'll just play it in Game Pass. I played it in Game Pass.
Your review of 2023, brother.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be truthful and factual. This year was way packed. I mean, there's so many games that came out this year, I couldn't even count them because I already have a backlog and this year just added to it. You got, starting off the year, and I'm not going to do Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo separately. I'm going to put them all together. So, first thing this year, Microsoft dropped the bomb with the release of Hi-Fi Rush. They dropped that out of nowhere. They also did, was it Age of Empires 2 or 4 first?
It was 2 first. It was the it was the remaster.
Okay, so they did 2 early in the year and they did 4 later on in the year.
Yeah.
It was a shame to see Forspoken release the way that it did. Honestly, even though Square Enix was on some bullshit this year, I really did want to see if Forspoken did well. But with everything that was coming out before, like the demo, because I played the demo on the PC. Oh my God, it was horrible. And then you had all the negative press about it. And then when it finally came out, obviously nobody touched it. And the studio shut down. I hate seeing that happen. But then again, when you sign a deal with the devil, these are the things that come out of it. Okay? So there was that at the beginning of the year. Then we scroll a little bit further. You had Metroid Prime Remake come out of nowhere as well. You also got the GoldenEye 007 release again for Nintendo and Xbox. Then, of course, we move over into Hogwarts Legacy and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Still, Hogwarts Legacy, the #1 selling game on PlayStation this year, but it was also a shame that they did not get any nominations at Game of the Year or the VGAs. So it's frustrating to see that a game was, you know, treated poorly based on comments that from someone who had nothing to do with the game. And the fact that they're going to do that, that lets me know media bias is real. Media bias is real. And with them getting no nominations, once again, more media bias. Let's go a little bit further. All the stuff from Game Pass that release, you guys said it all. And once again, I went through so many games, and it is, like I said, it was just way too much. It was too much, but that's actually a good thing. I want to complain that, oh, there's too much, and I don't want to complain about there not being enough. So I'm glad that there was too much for me to play and not enough. PlayStation and Nintendo. Okay, so Nintendo had a good year in terms of Tears of the Kingdom, Mario. They did release another Pokemon this year, right? I think they did. I think that's going to be probably like a yearly thing that they do for Pokemon. They're going to release a Pokemon every year. Kirby came out this year as well. Oh, God. I can't remember everything that happened, but I'm waiting for the new Nintendo Switch or whatever next Nintendo system that's coming out in 2024. I'm looking forward to that. PlayStation had some stinkers in terms of PlayStation VR 2,
Oh, there's shade.
PlayStation Portal, and who in the hell came up with the idea of just straight up remote play with a $200 handheld? I mean, couldn't you think of allowing natively playing games on that system, where you download the games to the system, you put like an SD card or an NVMe in there and just download the games? I think that would have been good. Or, put like a 5G signal in there, or like put a SIM card in there for 5G so that you can actually, have internet on the go and play the game from there. I mean, for some strange reason, somebody with their big brains thought that it was a smart thing to bring out the PlayStation Portal. Whatever. The thing that I am concerned about is I'm concerned PlayStation is truly screwing up so bad to the point where they will lose. I mean, I want them to lose I want them to not be the market leader, but at the same time, I don't want them leaving the industry. They are everything that King David has said on Iron Lords seems like it's coming to pass. Sony is doing so much wrong where there may not be a PlayStation 6, and everything this year has proven that to the T. They tried to stop the ABK deal. They failed miserably. They missed out. They lost Jim Ryan. They lost Connie Booth. A lot of high-profile games have been put on the back. Well, I wouldn't say high-profile games put on the back burner, but I say they lost 6 of their 12, games as a service games. They lost Factions. That makes number 7. So what is it that PlayStation is doing? And it goes back to that meme that's out there by Harry. He says, I've lost everything. I have nothing except Spider-Man.
Oh shit.
I mean, seriously, that's basically what it is with them right now. They've lost it all. All they got left is Spider-Man for this year. And probably even next year. Now, granted, I'll say one good thing about Sony. They're releasing God of War DLC this week. Free. That's bravo. Finally. You're not nickel and diming your fans. You're not nickel and diming them, and you're not trying to charge them an extra 10, 20, 30, 40, maybe even another $70 for a rogue-like game. So, congratulations, Sony. You actually did something right this year. And then from Microsoft, now Activision Blizzard King is part of Microsoft, part of Xbox. We've released probably...
Listen to that fanboy. He said we.
We released probably more games this year than Sony has released in the past 3 years since this generation started. So let's see what happens in 2024, because Microsoft is not slowing down. And so far, we have no clue what first-party game is coming from Sony. Unless you want to consider Helldivers, unless you want to consider the DLC for Destiny, we have no damn clue what the hell's coming out in 2024 for Sony. We do know what's on the horizon for Xbox. We know we have Hellblade 2. We have, what's the name of that? Towerborn. We do have Avowed. And what was the fourth game that they said that it's a possibility is coming out next year? You got Towerborn.
Stalker 2.
That's not first party. I'm talking first party.
You talking about Indiana Jones or
no? It was Hellblade. Nope, it was Hellblade, Towerborn, Avowed. There was a fourth one.
It ain't Fable. Fable ain't coming. South of Midnight. South of Midnight.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
We got those 4 coming out. Now I know that, that's just the 4 that we know of right now, but just wait till January. We might have another developer direct.
Oh, we will. We definitely will.
So I'll say this: 2023, fantastic year for Nintendo and Xbox and PC. Horrible year for the PlayStation. Hopefully Sony turns it around next year. Hopefully we get the competition. Remember that word? Competition. Hopefully we get the competition that's truly needed to make all of us, all of the gamers, happy, make all of the gamers win. Because that's what we all want. We all want to win. So hopefully Sony turns it around. Hopefully they get their shit together. And hopefully Microsoft releases a lot of the ABK things in 2024. And K-Mega, it is ready for us to sign off for the rest of this year. Thank you for having me on your show this whole time. And hopefully you have a good Christmas and a brand new year. And be grateful for the gifts that Microsoft is going to give you during the holiday season.
God, this man here, he is a fanboy. That man said we. Ladies and gentlemen, he said we. That man said we. All right, for me to close this out, I do have to ask y'all one last question before we get out of here. And if y'all want to take it longer, that's your business. But I'm just going to ask a yes or no question. But I'm going to do my little sign out. I'm going to be quick with it. I mean, not my sign out, but my my year review. I thought 2023 was a fantastic year. It was very, very loaded. I first start off with PlayStation. We've already had enough people kicking it while it's down. Fuck it, might as well continue. PlayStation 2023 was trash. Absolute trash. Cheeks. Hot, sweaty cheeks. As what was said on your podcast, Ham, hot, sweaty cheeks in a Sahara desert. Hot, sweaty ass cheeks. Your PlayStation 2023 was hot ass garbage. I will not let you just get away with just throwing out Spider-Man, because when the year that we had with Xbox, see, now I'm saying we, so let me be my fan, let my fanboy come out in 2023, because when we, as Xbox Nation guys, came out here and was capping for State of Decay and for Sea of Thieves and saying it's gonna get better, y'all said it wasn't enough. So damn it, it applies to you stands, to you filthy wildebeest, mush willy looking ass stands. Y'all are pathetic. Y'all are ass kissers. Y'all are trash. You're trash because you lie to win, and you're not going to continue to win. That's the facts. And I'm happy that we're seeing that I'm alive today to see the demise of your fucking console war and of your bullshit ass company holding on
Broken
to
game says
PlayStation.
stop sucking dick.
Stop it. It's over. Xbox is about to take this shit over, and I'm going to be laughing my way, and I'll retire. Once the day Xbox get the market, become the market leader, I'll be done with podcast. I'll still stream and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to do some games. Still want to interact with y'all. But I'll be done because we won. And it will happen. That day will come. So, and I will be very pleased about that. So anyway, PlayStation 2023 was absolute dog shit. I'm proud to say that with the utmost vigor and and passion. Understand, I give the middle finger to you without throwing it up right now. Y'all are trash this year. All right. Nintendo.
You wasted me.
I was holding that in. I I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to say it. It just was in my heart, and I just that it was just in my heart. No, I just want to let you know, man. Just let you know. Sent that rat poison to that shitty ass community that don't buy no games, only talk about games, don't play no games. Y'all just brag about them. Y'all are pathetic. Get PlayStation fans, get some real content creators that really gives a damn about the console. How is it that I got one game, and I told the stands this. See, I said I wasn't gonna be long in this. I told the stands this. I was gonna have one game that I played this year that was gonna have more hours than all the games that they played in 1 year.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not lying about that. Show me them stats.
I played 2 games longer than any of the games that they played this year, dude. Like, come on, get out of here. Like some of these dudes cap so much, man.
Man, I put more time into Forspoken than you guys did on Spider-Man.
I played Forspoken too.
I beat Forspoken.
I played it and beat it.
Yeah, I played it and beat it. Dark should be an Xbox guy because we play games over here. But let him hold on because we need some kind of good faith over there.
I'm holding on to hope, bro. The
hope is over. It's done.
Honestly, I'm more holding on to a shoestring than I am to anything else.
Bro, it's a string. It's not even a string.
I'm holding on to floss, bro.
Yeah,
that's
bro,
what it is. I'm holding on to floss.
You holding on to the.
I'm dangling there.
Yeah, man. This man's fingers are bleeding.
That man is fighting for his life. His fingers up, man. He's holding on.
They're being cut off, Ham. They're being cut off, bro.
It's over.
For your unwavering support for PlayStation.
Thank you. Jim Ryan said, "I'm off of this ship." He got off, and he's out there. He's gone.
And he was talking about people like me, not people
Right.
like you. Capping on Twitter and stuff.
But that's okay. But like I said, PlayStation 2023 trash. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong in 2024, Stans. Prove me wrong. Show me that you're gonna buy these games.
Let us have competition.
Let's have competition. Anyway, Nintendo's doing big Nintendo things. Nintendo just knocks it out the park with what they do. They make some of the best quality games out there for having such a weak ass console. It is beyond me. And they charge you as though they are the ones in charge of gaming. Like they just do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like Nintendo fans are wild, but you know what? Nintendo has a right to do what they do because they give you quality content. I don't condone it so much. I only can buy a couple of games from them because sometimes I just feel dirty when I buy a game from them when it's $50 and the game has been out for 3 years. But still, they got the games are quality, high quality. Some PlayStation gamers would not know about in 2023. But regardless, let's just keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? So Nintendo, you don't get too much phone. You know what I'm saying? Just hurry up and come with this damn Switch 2 so we can go ahead and get out of the 360 gen. Come on now. Let's get on up there. Come on now. And then lastly, Xbox, you damn near did it again with Redfall. I was about to be out of here. I was about to be done. I was saying to myself, I am not going through another Xbox One generation where I'm getting my damn legs kicked and beat in by stands unnecessarily because y'all want to do dumb shit. But I still kept the hope because you know why? High Five Rush made me see the light. We was coming out of a rough 2022 and I was getting tired of these Xbox gamer content creators.
You're breaking up. You didn't.
Every time I do my high-pitched voice, it just does. It always breaks up. But anyway, they was doing all the.
You should turn up the gain on your actual PC. That's probably what it is.
If I turn it up, then it gets worse. It gets worse.
On your actual PC, not the app.
No, yeah, on my Go XLR. So I got to turn it down.
No, not Go XLR. On your actual PC.
Through what? Through OBS?
No, the PC
no, through
itself.
your system settings.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to do that now. We're at the end of the show.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about it later. But yeah, but lastly, but you know what? And I was getting very sick of the Xbox, content creators coming out here and talking about, well, this is the end. They every 6 months they sound like a scorn lover. Like Xbox just ain't producing nothing. They ain't doing shit. They ain't trying. They ain't listening. And you know what I'm saying? And they listen to the stands and then they just want to go out there and just do content just to get ad revenue, you know what I'm saying? And have you, the listener, pay their bills. That shit is trifling. You know what I'm saying? But Xbox, you almost did it to make me get to a point to say, look now, this is out of pocket. You can't give a game, which I really wasn't that hyped for, but I was ready to play it, to come out in the state that it did. Redfall deserved its rating. It deserved its scrutiny. Everybody at Xbox deserved a good shit talking to because of what you produced, what you brought out. That was probably the worst Xbox exclusive that you ever dropped in its history. And that's inexcusable. Like I said, if it wasn't High Five Rush, I don't know how I would feel about this year overall for Xbox, even with the ending of the year feeling. I would say it would be 50-50, but, thank goodness that everything came out to be the way that it did at the end of the year. Game Pass, I did not want to have another 2022 where Game Pass saved Xbox. I wanted to see what Starfield could do. Starfield, when you know what I'm saying? So, and Starfield delivered for me. Forza always delivers. It's the best racer. There's nothing that can compete and touch the Forza franchise. Get that through your head. Stop talking about the granddaddy of them all. He used to be the shit, but now he's a grandpa, and he's sitting in a damn rocker with a beer, looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. Gran Turismo is not the GOAT anymore. It's done. It's done. It's over. Forza is the one. Lastly, Killer Instinct is coming back. Xbox is listening. It's been a great year for Xbox listening. The content that they've been bringing, the shows, what they just did at the VGAs. They took over the VGAs. Blade. They got a pipeline. They don't need to have dates because you stands will keep making dates, keep port begging, keep asking for games to come to the box. Come to your box. When you said that PlayStation don't need to worry about nothing. Stop port begging. Xbox, make everything exclusive. Just to see if these stands really don't need Xbox content. Keep Call of Duty if you must. Let's see how the stands work then. Let's see how that content works out there. They already was bitching about ABK, talking about it wasn't fair. But none of them was saying anything about it wasn't fair when Persona and then here comes a Final Fantasy and countless fighters that I love is not coming on to the Xbox for all those years. Nobody was saying it was fair then. So it's not. So you better be glad that Xbox gives you grace, but they're only using you because they know that you're a casual console market and that you're going to buy Call of Duty, and you prove them right yet again. So you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Microsoft will be the market leader here before the end of the generation, if not at the start of the new generation. And my last question to you guys on this one. Do you think that Microsoft is going to pull a 360 and bring a new console? Because they would actually be telling the truth if they don't bring a new console. I mean, a mid-gen refresh, and if they just bring a new console, that means they didn't have to bring anything. So do you guys think that Xbox is going to try to pull the rope-a-dope on Sony and make them work even harder, as Ham said earlier? Or is it just, do you think it's just pie in the sky?
It's a possibility. And if they do pull another 360 where they come out a year ahead or maybe even 2 years ahead, I mean, Microsoft wins the generation.
Okay. Anybody else?
And also to tell you about your Redfall situation, Pete Hines is gone, so don't worry about that anymore.
Oh yeah, he almost single-handedly kept ABK off of the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay.
So his ass is gone now. He's so-called retired. Yeah, sure. He was fired just like Jim Ryan.
Damn. Anybody else? Okay, cool. All right, guys, really do appreciate it. Xbox, you did a fantastic job, even despite having Redfall, even though like I was trying to remind people, like, look, if this was the only bad thing for Xbox, then it was a good year. Is it their best year? No. It's a good year. I think 2024 is going to be a fantastic year for Xbox because the mighty Hellblade will say so.
They need to fix the rewards.
That's not going to happen. I think they're going to cook us some kind of way. I mean, they're still a corporation. So they can't listen to everything. They want to make that bottom line. But bring us backwards compatibility, which I think they will. I'm cool with that. I could take that sacrifice, especially when you bring in all these hot games into Game Pass. I can go ahead and I can take that.
And before we leave, I have to say this again, like I did last week. Next year, Xbox 360 titles are going away.
Yes.
So buy the 360 titles that you want to buy now before they're all delisted. Remember, purchase all your 360 titles that you need to purchase now before they delist it and the 360 store is gone.
Well, now I did a damn near 4-hour podcast. Ham Solo, how do you feel about that as we did double duty together? You know what I'm saying? As we sign out for 2020, the GRG signs out for 2023.
I am so in and out right now.
I'm exhausted. That's why I just said, fuck it. I'm going to say what I want to. We'll sleep good tonight. Oh, absolutely. Man. Let everybody know where they can find you at, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, if you don't know already, because I've been here for almost like a year and a half or 2 years now. You can find me at HamSolo05 Gaming on Twitter, but on YouTube you can find me TSWS Gaming. That's me and Loke's channel. I'm here every other Monday for the crossover. The other Monday that I'm not here, it's on my channel, TSWS Gaming. But you also see me here on Fridays, every Friday for GRG, starting off again next year. The one other channel that I happen to be on is Matt Likes Games channel as well, every Wednesday at 2:00 Eastern for his show. And yeah, that's the gist of it. That's it, man. I am spent.
Yeah, I really appreciated him. Oh man, Dark Optimus, man, last GRG for 2023, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at, other than being on Xbox, following greatness.
Oh, you got to throw that jab in.
I got to. I have no choice.
You guys can find me on Twitter, Dark Optimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And you guys can find me here every Friday on GRG at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I don't know when we're going to have another podcast. I don't know if we're ever going to have another next podcast. But hopefully our brother Bot will get it together and, do something. I don't know.
Right now. He
I know, man. Hey, honestly, I don't blame him. So if he never does a podcast ever again,
let him cook.
I'm okay with it. So
he'll be back eventually.
Yeah, he'll be back. But as always, K Mega, it's a blast podcasting with you, brother.
No doubt. And last but not least, man, we got Viper, the wiper that's not in the diaper right now. Well, I hope to God he's not in the diaper. But anyway, regardless. I'm tired. I'm getting corny now. I was about to try this. All right, man. Where can I find you at, man?
I'm probably gonna be the new scrub nurse. So
okay.
I might be taking over his spot. So I'm coming for you, scrub nurse. I'm gonna be the new one.
Oh man.
But no, I'm thinking 2024. I may start my own channel.
Let's go. Let's go. I've produced more that came off of the K Mega Teats. I will sit there and have all. I need to bring. That's why I need more ladies on my show.
Your tea is sour as hell. Okay, I don't want to drink no more of your tea.
I heard it's a sweet ambrosia from some.
I have no idea what that tastes like.
I heard it's sweet ambrosia.
Never been.
The ladies told me it was sweet ambrosia. I'm like, yes, take it all.
Oh my God!
Now just go like this. Take it all.
Before I continue on, Sir X-Man had a super chat. Gaming innovation from Xbox kill PlayStation, which is so true. That is true.
Oh man, Sir X-Man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Sir X-Man. No. I was about to say, Sir X-Man, you need to show up next year. I mean, get your stuff packed up. I mean, unpacked and get your setup good so that we can be on this podcast again next year. You guys can find me on Xbox and on PC at RG Viper X. Maybe if there's a PS5 Pro, maybe you might see me getting a PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
But that's that's only because it's the Pro. Because I'm not one of those people that's gonna get their first console that comes out. No, I'll wait till the last console comes out, and I mean the last.
Oh, I knew it was a shot there. Oh my goodness! All right, guys, I really do appreciate it. It is almost midnight on the Lord's time. I am, me and Ham is definitely burning the midnight oil. So thank you guys. And look, it's like I said, it's midnight. Ain't no
X-Man super chat.
Yeah, Viper did. Viper did it.
Okay.
And we appreciate it, Sir X, man. Everybody have a happy holidays who believes in the holidays. You know what I'm saying? For everybody who loves Christmas, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Kwanzaa, whatever. Hanukkah, all that.
Hanukkah.
Enjoy yourself. Yeah. And everybody have a fantastic new year, because I damn sure won't be doing no podcasts on New Year. I don't care if Warner Brothers was picked up, my ass is gonna be laid up somewhere drunk, enjoying and bringing in the new year. So I hope you guys.
Hey,
have
what day you
time.
gonna be back? What day you gonna be back next year?
The second week of January. That's when we come back.
So
Get everybody a
January
good month.
12th.
Yes,
January 12th.
Yes, we'll be back January 12th. Give everybody a good healthy month. Can't be making no complaints talking about, well, I'm a little tired. No, I gave you a month, sucker. You know what I'm saying? You get your ass to work. It's time to work, Ham Solo. Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm tired, K-Mac.
Get your ass to work, Dark. You coming to work, goddammit. We gonna grind. Anyway, we make it up for this lost time. We doing 3 podcasts. Let's get out of here.
I want to thank all of you for your unwavering support for PlayStation.
I should never put that there.
Thank you, PlayStation, for this trash ass 2023. It was most delightful. We out. Peace.
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.